Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys laps get short. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust, life on edge, unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Speeding mud loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here from Lincoln Speedway. As the Monday Night All-Stars ready to rock and roll, they are ready to go to battle. We got a great show and a lot of awesome racing to come right at you here in this one. Man, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a great night of racing as we got a double header coming right at you guys here this evening. So 2 races back to back for our championship here this evening. So the championship will be done here tonight for the Monday Night All-Stars. We head here to Lincoln Speedway first, and then we head to Knoxville Raceway later on this evening for race number 2 on the evening. So get ready for a good, long show and a lot of fun here this evening as we got a lot of racing action ahead of us. Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson with the heart reaction. Ty Dickinson coming in with that heart reaction as well as practice has come to a close here at Lincoln Speedway. These drivers hopping out onto the racetrack right now for their qualifying session. So they're hopping out here, need to run 3 clean laps to lay down their qualifying time and see where they can get stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our main feature event, as this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a heck of a show, and you guys came to the right place for it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. We're going to get ready to go to battle here this evening. A big field of cars, a lot of great drivers out there on the speedway getting ready to duke it out, and a couple drivers looking to see if they can try to put themselves into the history books here, trying to pick up the championship here this evening. That's going to make things very, very interesting. That's going to make things very wild on who's going to be able to find their way into, potentially the winner's circle here this evening. Is going to be a ton of fun to watch these guys battle it out, to watch these guys race it out here and see who's going to end up in victory lane, not once, but potentially twice here this evening, as back-to-back races means back-to-back fun for not only all the fans in the stands, the drivers out there on the racetrack, but for me up here in the broadcast booth as well. Means that we're going to have a lot of fun up here in the booth this evening, and we got to put on one heck of a show, one heck of a race for everybody to enjoy. Mama Bear says, let's go, Matt Taylor. Cheering on Mr. Taylor here in this one is Craig Michael Deacon coming in with that like on the stream. How are you, Craig? Craig coming in, some matching that thumbs up here on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow, and that subscribe button. Become part of the Peacemaker family here today. Jump in, join the fun, become part of such an amazing show, such an amazing racing action and atmosphere here this afternoon, man. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a great show, and we look forward to seeing everybody come in here. As Yo Odd Wiz coming in with the raid over on Twitch. How are you, Odd? How are you today? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day. Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful time here, brother. As man, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a great time to watch these drivers duke it out for the championship. Moto Brink coming in. Show the love. Says, yo, Odd Wiz with the yo. What's good, fellas? How are you tonight? What's up? What's up? You just got whizzed on. Oh, baby. I don't CIA Cowboy. Listen, I don't know if I like that. I like being rated by Wiz. I don't know if I like being whizzed on, but we'll take it. We'll take it. I appreciate that, brother, as we get ready here for heat race number 1. Heat race action about to get underway here for the Monday Night All-Stars, powered by Throttle Down Motorsports in the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. Here this evening as these drivers get loaded into the sim, each and every one of them looking for the win here this evening. So top 3 will transfer through to our A main feature event. Everybody else will go to our consolation races. And starting on the pole in the DWR number 57, that is Jeremy Akins. To his outside in the 4X, that is Ryan Howard. And starting in position number 3 in the 9 ride, that is Corey Sibley. Fastest here in qualifying with the invert, the 8 ride. That beautiful Scott Bloomquist throwback paint scheme here for Tyler Jackson. T-Jack will start in position number 4. Starting in position number 5 in the 66 ride, that is Charles Minders. To his outside in the 344, it's Jason Zilmer. And bringing up the rear of the field in the number 50 is the filter time ride of Charles Davis. 7 drivers, 3 transfer spots up for grabs here in this one as we get ready to rock and roll here this evening as we're going to get ready to set them loose. Paint truck off the speedway, down through quarter number 3, out of quarter number 4. We will see the green flag fly here for the first time in our double header evening here from the beautiful Lincoln Speedway. It's out in front. Jeremy Akins leads the way. The 4-rider Ryan Howard there in second, going to slot into that second spot. Know that he's in a good position here. Needs to hang on to that second spot to keep himself in a transfer spot. It's door to door. Corey Sibley and Tyler Jackson battling for that third and final transfer position here in heat race number 1. T-Jack up on the top shelf. Sibley down low, rolling the rim here at Lincoln Speedway. Is out in front. Jeremy Akins looks to try to run away with heat race number 1. Ryan Howard sees these two battling right there in his rear view mirror as T-Jack gets a good run out of quarter 1 and 2. The 9 ride of Sibley unfortunately getting a little loose down the bottom side. Now going to take his car to the top shelf as T-Jack jumps down to the bottom side. So drivers moving around the speedway trying to find what lane works best for them out there on the racetrack in their way to try to put themselves in to our A main feature event here this evening. T-Jack, Tyler Jackson looking to try to pick up this championship here this evening. Know that every single point is going to count. Is trying to pick up an extra couple here in heat race number 1. Trying to work himself straight on through to our A main feature event where he can go to work in his opportunity to try to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. As Yo Racing, Jason Fontaine. What's up, brother? Jason coming in, showing the love. Says, what's up, brother? And coming in with the 20-star dono. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Racing, Jason Fontaine coming in, setting it off over there on FB with a 20-star dono coming in, showing the big love here in this one. As there you go. You see T-Jack, a little bit of a slide job there on the 4-rider Ryan Howard. Howard going to cross back down underneath him, look for a big run. A little contact there. T-Jack launches up the racetrack. Here comes Sibley. Sibley down low looking for a run, looking for a move here as he's trying to work himself into the show. This is exactly What Jeremy Aikens wants to see is he's starting to stretch that lead out more and more and more between himself and Ryan Howard. 7/10 of a second now between our top two cats on the speedway as T-Jack trying to hold on and hold off that number 9 of Corey Sibley. Sibley trying to jump up here, work himself into the show here. Sibley there in position number 4 and looking for more, knowing that he needs to be inside the top 3 to work himself into our A-main feature event. Is Ryan Howard doing a great job keeping that 4X ride in position number 2 and holding off both the hard-charging Tyler Jackson and that 9 of Corey Sibley as we see that white flag fly one more time around here in heat race number 1 here on our championship night with the Monday Night All-Stars as Aikens down into quarter number 3, nice and easy. Out of quarter number 4, Aikens will pick up the checkered flag here in heat race number 1 as Ryan Howard will come home in second. Tyler Jackson in that third and final transfer spot, meaning that Sibley, Minders, Zilmer, and Davis will all go to our consolation races later on here this evening. As we will get them ready to rock and roll, we'll get ready here for heat race number 2 as these drivers will get loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll here in this one. As CIA Cowboy says, okay, let's see the race. Yes, Sirski, let's go. Yeah, definitely his new live notification, definitely come get whizzed on for certain. Should be on Wiz's logo or slang or saying, catchphrase, whatever you want to call it, definitely going in the future. I think that'd be pretty funny. That's a pretty good one right there. I appreciate your brother coming in, showing the love with the raid. Moto Brink coming in, showing the love. Josh Q coming in as well with the love here in this one over on the Twitch stream. I appreciate that, fellas, coming in, showing the big love here this evening. Is Amy Marie Stefanski coming in with that heart reaction over on Facebook. Cody McCoy, William Hargraves, Troy Pittman all coming in with those reactions. Anthony Garland coming in with that like and the share as well. My boy Racing, Jason Fontaine with the like and the 20-star. Dono, absolutely insane. I appreciate that, brother, coming in, setting it off here in this one. Eric coming in with the like, Jake Stefanski with the heart reaction and the share. Evan Stefanski and Matt Taylor both coming in with those heart reactions as well. As we'll get them ready to rock and roll as heat race number 2 is underway. Jim Ravis and Jacob Stefanski 1 and 2 on the speedway. And look at this hot ride, the 71 ride of William Hargraves starting there in third. Michael Olsen in the 9 to his outside. They're in position number 4. Then we see Dakota Proud, the 19 and the 019 of Russell Harold, bringing up the rear of the field as out in front. It's Elbows Up Racing here at Lincoln Speedway. Oh, baby, a little contact. Look out. Jim Revitz almost going around. Revis and the 71 of Hargraves made a little bit of contact. That got the 57 very squirrely out of corner number 2. Luckily enough, he was able to hang on to it and keep that car pointed in the right direction as the 71 of Hargraves does a great job getting onto the binders, making sure he does not drive through that 57 machine. And we stay clean and green, and that breaks up this field ever so slightly as Jacob Stefanski and Michael Olsen, they love to see that as they are out in front. They got a little bit of a gap between themselves and that 57 ride, so they can kind of duke it out here this evening by themselves at the front of the field here for heat race number 2 on the evening. It's the Throttle Down Motorsports Precision Auto Bodies and number 32 machine. That is Jacob Stefanski at the front of the field as the Tommy Gun Customs number 9 rider Michael Olsen works down to his inside. The DWR iRacing iFlag number 57 of Jim Revis rolling here in that third and final transfer spot as the Malum Electric. Viv's Liquor Dirt Panda number 71 of Hargraves back there behind him. Hargraves trying to find a way to jump up here and maybe get himself a way up into a transfer spot here this evening. He's looking to go door to door with that 57 down into quarter number 3 as they battle here for that third spot. They're starting to battle here at the front of the field for the top spot on the racetrack as well as the 9 rider Olsen working down low here on Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski trying to hold on to that top spot here in heat race number 2 as they go door to door. It gets tight down here through corner 3 and out of 4, but the 9 ride doing a great job keeping himself down low, out of contact, and putting on a show here, battling at the front of the field. As Hargraves able to jump up, use that bottom lane, he has worked himself around Jim Revitz, so move Revitz now to the outside of a transfer spot looking in as Dakota Proud back there in position position number 5, and Russell Harold there in position number 6 is out in front. The battle at the front of the field continues to rage on. And as they battle door to door, you can see Hargrave slowly but surely starting to reel them in to the 71 ride, trying to work himself closer to the front of the field, starting to see these guys battle door to door. It's opening up the door here for him to get his car right into the picture here as the white flag has been displayed here in heat race number 2. It's a drag race down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Stefanski up high, Olsen down low. They're going to come out at quarter number 4, door to door, and drag race back to the start finish line. And it is the number 32 of Jacob Stefanski picking up heat race win number 1 by a bumper. Olsen there in second, and Hargraves in that third and final transfer spot, meaning Revis, Proud, and Harold will all go to the consolation race here this evening. Jeremy Sexton with the heart reaction, my boy. Dude Guy Conan showing the love with the like and the share. How are you, Brian? Brian Conan showing the pink love here in this one. Johnny Nolan coming in as well with the like on the stream, as Jeremy says, gonna be a long night with the doubleheader, but will be great racing as these guys close out the season. Good luck, Jacob, Phillip, and Michael Olsen cheering all the boys here in this one. Attaboy, Jakey says racing Jason Fontaine here in this one. Anthony says this is awesome, side-by-side racing for the win. Yes, Sirski. Mama Bear cheering on Jim, cheering on Hargraves out there. Amy Marie Stefanski cheering on the Stefanski boys here this evening. And Dude Guy says, you're in the checkered flags. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you, brother? As we get ready to rock and roll, heat race number 3 out there onto the speedway. It's Jeremy Kolba on the front row here with Philip Sexton to his outside. Jacob Sexton starting there in position number 3 with Matt Taylor to his outside there in position number 4. Evan Stefanski and Dylan Simmons bring up the final row here on the speedway as heat race number 3 is underway. Heat race number 3 underway here in this one is Philip Sexton putting the throttle down here at the front of the field as Jeremy Kolba sits there in position number 2. Here comes Jacob Stefanski, though, looking to get this 2020 ride to the front of the field, but Matt Taylor right there as well, trying to get them 5-6 graphics. The Julius A Speed Shop, Papa Mike Promotions, Peacemaker Racing Team number 15 into a transfer spot here in heat race number 3. Door to door for that second spot. The 2020 not getting a great run there at a quarter 1 and 2, and that'll slide him back to a battle with that 15 of Matt Taylor. Taylor trying to look down through the middle here, maybe gonna go 3 wide for that second spot on the speedway. Thought better of it, did not take that run into that middle groove to try to battle 3 wide here for that second spot. He's just gonna stay up on the hindsight, hoping to roll around nice and easy and get in front of this 2020 ride as the Tommy Gun Customs Doghouse Chassis 2020 rides out there on the speedway. One of them, the Mad Dog himself here in that beautiful orange and purple ride. That is Philip Sexton. Here at the front of the field, Jacob Sexton slides back to position number 4 as a pair of Sextons here in heat race number 3 on the evening. Taylor getting a great run, though. Matt Taylor down low gets a good run on Jeremy Kolba. He'll slide up in front of him here as the 54 cuts back down low, looking for a run down on the bottom side here. But Matt Taylor out into position number 2 as he clears that 54, able to get a great run through 3 and 4 and give him that second spot. So Taylor up into position number 2, but he's got quite a ways to try to catch up to our race leader. Philip Sexton out in front by 1.3 seconds here on the speedway. Philip trying to run away here with heat race number 3 is Matt Taylor cruising there in position number 2. Still has Jeremy Kolba, Jacob Sexton right there behind him as Kolba rolls the outside lane. The 2020 of Sexton rolls that bottom groove, trying to find a way to get around this 54 for that third and final transfer spot here in heat race number 3. Evan Stefanski a little farther back here, seeing this happen right in front of him, know that his opportunities are slowly but surely dwindling down as he's trying to catch up and join this fight for that third spot on the speedway. And Dylan Simmons right there with them, trying to jump into the fun here for that fight for third. But they're only going to get one more time around to try to get something done as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here for Philip Sexton as he leads us down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Nice and easy out of quarter number 4. He will pick up heat race win number 3 on the evening. But the fight is back here for position number 3, and it's going to go to Jeremy Kolba. So Philip Sexton, Matt Taylor, Jeremy Kolba will punch their tickets into the show, meaning that Jacob Sexton, Evan Stefanski, and everybody else there, Dylan Simmons, will go to our consolation race. Now, this consi looks like everybody is going to make it into the show. Nobody's going to get sent home early. They're all going to be able to make it into the race here this evening. So that's a good case for all these drivers, but you don't earn any extra bonus points. You don't earn any extra things here for, having a good B main. So you want to make sure that you can at least get a good B main, finish closer to the front of the field here in this one, get yourself a good starting spot still for our A main feature event, as CIA Cowboy says, laugh out loud. Mine is, you just got raided by the CIA. Place your hands on your head and assume the position. Oh gosh. Cowboy, that's a little bit wild. That's a little bit wild right there. But CIA Cowboy coming in. Drop that follow over on the Twitch stream. Coming in, Moto Brink with the stretch as well. Look at that stretch in there for you. It's been a little bit, but we'll get it in there. Oh, good stretch right there. Good stretch. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go here in this one. Our consolation race, our first consolation race of the evening, will shape up like this. Corey Sibley, Jim Revis on the front row. Then we see Jacob Sexton and Charles Minders there in row number 2. Dakota Proud, Evan Stefanski, Jason Zilmer, Russell Harrell, Dylan Simmons, and Charles Davis will bring up the rear of the field here in RP main. Now this is nothing but starting positions and bragging rights on the line here for this consolation race. Everybody will make it into the show. Nobody will go home early here in this one. So everyone will get an opportunity to race in our A main feature event. But if you can pick up this B main win, you can start in that 10th position for our feature event. So being out in front and picking up the win here could mean a little bit better of a starting opportunity here this evening for our A main race just in a few more moments. It's Kevin Odelski coming in, showing the love. What's good, Odelli? Odelli coming in with that like on the stream. Becky Hargraves Clark coming in with that like as well. Taylor Pratt coming in with that thumbs up, and Jeremy Sexton coming in, some matching that heart reaction here on the broadcast. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. As the Rage Engagement over on YouTube says, let's go. Love these live sessions. Yes, seriously, we love them as well. And we love to be up here in the broadcast booth and bring you guys all of the action. Oh, fuck yeah, says Brian. Scissor me, Odelli. Oh, gosh, I like that right there. Is Tina Sexton with the heart reaction here in this one. Is out in front, it's Jacob Sexton who leads the way here in our consolation race. Jim Revis there in second. Corey Sibley rolls there in position number 3. Dakota Proud back there in position number 4 and looking for Morris. He's got Jason Zilmer in the 66 of Charles Miners right there behind him. The 33 of Dylan Simmons there in 7th as Russell Harold rolls in 8th. Charles Davis back in 9th, and Evan Stefanski unfortunately sliding back here in that 22 run as the Sunrise Racing number 22 slides back all the way now to that 10th position. As we'll take a look, see what happened here between himself and the inside wall there. He gets a little contact there with it. Unfortunate contact there. Then I think he's going to get into corner number 3. Gets a little sideways. A little help there from the 019 of Russell Harold. And around goes that 22 machine here in the consolation race. Out in front, Jacob Sexton continues to lead the way. Sexton out in front with Jim Revis there in position number 2. Corey Sibley rolls there in position number 3 here on the Speedways. The 19 ride of Dakota Proud there in position number 4. Charles Minders rolls in that 5th spot with Jason Zilmer Dylan Simmons, Russell Harold, Charles Davis, and Evan Stefanski bringing up the rear of the field. As the laps continue to get clicked down, you see that battle starting to brew here for position number 2. Jim Revis trying to hang on to that second spot. It's the 9 rider, Corey Sibley, trying to work himself up and into position number 2 here on the Speedway. Dakota Brown right there, ready to pounce. If one of these drivers make a mistake or if they get together, he's right there looking to try to work himself a little closer to the front of the field. It's the 2020 ride, the Doghouse Chassis Tommy Gun Customs number 2020 machine. The Sexton main body ride of Jacob Sexton continues to lead the way, looking pretty good out there on the Speedway, especially here in this B main. Look good in our third heat race of the evening. Unfortunately, just could not find a way to get around a few of those drivers that he was battling with. So this is going to set him up here for a pretty decent start. If he can finish this one off and keep that 2020 right at the front of the field, it'll start him in the 10th position for our A main feature event, and that could be what he needs to try to work himself towards the front of the field. A little bit less hectic, a little bit less drivers that he'll have to try to navigate his way through, trying to get to the front. So he may get there a little bit quicker if he can find that speed and find the lane to get it done here this evening. And Sexton continues to lead the way. You see Corey Sibley trying to work that inside group here, trying to hunt down our race leader here in the consolation race. Jim Revis going down to the bottom side here as well, especially down through quarter 3 and 4, and that'll open up the door on the high side here, the top shelf for the 19 of Dakota Brown to try to work himself into position number 4 or number 3 on the Speedways. The white flag has been displayed. So one more time down the back straightaway here in our consolation race, down through 3 and out of quarter number 4. It's Jacob Sexton picking up our consolation race win here this evening. Corey Sibley there in second, Dakota Brown there in third with Jim Revis, Charles Minders, Jason Zellmer, Dylan Simmons, Russell Harold, Charles Davis, and Evan Stefanski bringing up the rear of the field here in our consolation race this evening. So far, we've already seen some pretty good racing, a lot of back and forth, a lot of good battles out there on the racetrack, and this is going to set us up nicely for our A main feature event in just a few more moments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our A main is about to get underway here in just a little bit. These drivers are going to hop out onto the racetrack, get a quick warm-up session in. They're going to make sure that their cars are absolutely pristine, absolutely ready to rock and roll, and making sure that they got everything figured out. And you can see the crew has went to work. They've resurfaced this racetrack. They've went to work. They've turned it over. They've packed it down, and this track is brand new. So these drivers now have an opportunity to kind of run this racetrack in, figure out what they need to do, and figure out how they need to plan for this race to go for as long as it is. I do believe we got a 60 lap feature event here for this evening. So 60 laps, how is it going to change between, this, little warm-up session into that, final 10, 15, 20 laps? It's a long race. It's a long day here at the Speedway. You want to make sure that you have a good car, not only at the start, but you want to make sure that you have a good run, especially towards the end. Try to maximize your points and your possibility to move up the standings here and potentially maybe even lock yourself in as a champion or put yourself into a position to maybe jump up and take this championship away from Tyler Jackson. As T-Jack comes into the evening with the points lead, he is ready to rock and roll. He is ready to go to battle here in this one. So it's going to be fun to see whether or not he can try to pick up the checkered flag and put himself into the winner's circle here this evening. Wait and see if he can get it done. If he can find his way, maybe the victory lane, maybe a couple other times, he can try to find his way into the winner's circle here this evening. It'll be fun to see. It'll be interesting to watch who's going to be able to pick up, a championship here later on this evening. As we'll get a quick look in here at our live points, get a good look right there at the drivers and where they are in the point standings, where they're sitting at, where they need to be, or where they can kind of jump up to here for the points over these couple of races. So T-Jack out in front leading the points, Jacob Stefanski in second, Hardrings there in third, Matt Taylor sitting in fourth, and Corey Sibley currently our top 5 here in the points. But few of these drivers trying to work themselves closer and closer to the front of these point standings. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to get in there, get it done, and put themselves potentially into into the winner's circle here this evening. As we'll get them locked up, stocked up, and ready to rock and roll. We'll be right back here in just a few more moments as I'm going to get a quick drink into me, then we'll get ready here for our A main feature event. As Brandon Van Houten coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. Joshua Neal with that thumbs up here on the broadcast as well. Raging Cajun says, is there going to be a break between races, or is it back-to-back? It's going to be back-to-back, Raging Cajun. It's going to be back-to-back. It'll probably be like a little bit of a break, probably like 15 minutes or so for post-race interviews, but basically once post-race interviews are done, we'll be hopping right into the next session, and they may have a minute or two of practice left, maybe qualifying will be underway. Let's wait and see how it all works out, but basically things should move quickly right off through the evening, and the racing action should be non-stop here this evening. As I'm going to get a quick drink, and then we're going to get ready to rock and roll for our A main feature event.
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys' laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust, life on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight.
Woo! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show, well, here you go. As we're going to get ready to rock and roll, we're going to get ready to go to battle for our first feature event of the evening. Is the Monday Night All-Stars, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Throttle Down Motorsports rides are ready to go to battle here for our penultimate race here this evening, our penultimate race of the season about to get underway as we'll get ready to rock and roll. My boy Anthony Garland, Mr. Garland, coming in with the big T of the day, a couple 10-star donos, and coming in with the 470 stars as well. My boy coming in, setting it off. I appreciate that, brother. Coming in with the 490-star dono here this evening, 500, something like that, whatever it is. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Our first A main feature event is about to get underway here on the evening as these drivers stacked up, racked up, ready to go. It's Jeremy Aikens and the 32 of Jacob Stefanski on the front row. As out at corner number 4, we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. Stefanski and Aikens 1 and 2 on the speedway. They're looking to go door to door down the front straightaway. Contact, there's the 57. Jumps up and clears the 32, but Stefanski had to get onto the binders to avoid heavy contact there into the outside fence. He's looking to pay it back. Is almost a little slide job there through 1 and 2. They continue to battle door to door, but it's Aikens out in front leading lap number 1, but who will lead lap number 2? Another slide job there for the 32. It's Stefanski. A great crossover and a great run down the front straightaway for the 57 as Aikens keeps himself at the front row. Ryan Howard there in position number 3 with Michael Olsen. They're in position position number 4, T-Jack, one of our championship hopefuls here on the evening. Rolling there in that 5th position, going door to door as here comes Philip Sexton and Matt Taylor right there around him, and that number 71, Hargraves. One of those drivers trying to hunt him down for that championship there in the 8th spot of the Speedway. Jacob Sexton there in 9th. Then we see Dakota Proud in that 10th spot on the Speedway. Then we see another driver side by side out here on the Speedway. Lincoln Speedway putting on a hell of a show for us to start this race. Jeremy Coleman, Charles Myers scooping it out for the 11th position as Corey Sibley back here in 13th. Jim Revis there in 14th. Then we see Dylan Simmons, Jason Zilmer, Evan Stefanski, Charles Davis, Russell Harrell bringing up the rear of the field as they battle door to door here for the final spot on the Speedway. As out in front, the 32 ride, the Throttle Down Motorsports. Number 32, Jacob Stefanski leads the way as he was able to jump up, clear that 57 of Jeremy Akins, and put himself at the front of the field. So Stefanski leads the way here. Now he is quite a few points back behind our championship leader Tyler Jackson, but T-Jack rolling back here in position number 6. That's going to give a good handful of points if this race were to end right now to the 32. That could really narrow the gap between our 2 top champion contenders here this evening. And T-Jack can't work himself any closer to the front of the field, that if Stefanski can keep himself here at the front of the pack, that could potentially put Stefanski into an opportunity where we go to our championship race at Knoxville Raceway after this feature event to maybe pick up the championship. So Stefanski had a game plan, knew what he had to do here this evening to give himself the best opportunity, the best chance to maybe pick up this championship here this evening, and he's looking to get it done here in this one. And Stefanski out in front, rolling and just there, a car length in front of Jeremy Akins. Akins trying to hunt him down. Ryan Howard there in that 3rd spot with Olsen, and that 2020 of Philip Sexton rounding out our top 5 here on the Speedway. T-Jack rolling there in 6th as he's got Matt Taylor and Hargraves right there working on his back bumper. A couple of those drivers battling here for that 3rd and 4th place in the point standings right now. Both drivers right there trying to hunt down not only T-Jack on the racetrack, but trying to hunt him down in the point standings here as well. They try to jump up, get around him, and fire him a little farther back in the standings here in this one. Is out in front, Jacob Stefanski holding down the 4. Here at the front of the field, there's a little contact back there between the 9 and the 4X as Ryan Howard and the 9 of Michael Olsen battling here for position number 3. There's a lot of side-by-side racing out there on the Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys came here for a show. Well, here you go, man. These guys are putting on one heck of a race for us so far, and here comes T-Jack looking down low. Tyler Jackson looking underneath the 2020 of Philip Sexton. Almost got a run to make it 3 wide for position number 3 on the Speedway. Unfortunately, could not get the run that he was looking for down the front straightaway last time by. We'll see if he can find it this time out at corner number 4. No, cannot find the run as he's battling hard here at the front of the field, just keeping this number 8 ride pinned down against the inside wall. Now we see T-Jack do this multiple times. See the Hargraves kind of sitting back, taking a little bit of a chill pill early in this race, trying to save those tires, trying to save the equipment for later on in this feature event. Now that could be a big brain play here, but now you see Hargraves starting to lose another spot as Dakota Proud rolls to his outside. So Hargraves slides back to 9th here as Matt Taylor a couple spots in front of him, rolling there in 7th, and T-Jack there in position number 5. But everybody chasing down that 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski here in this feature event, but everybody is chasing that 8th ride of Tyler Jackson here in the championship hunt. So T-Jack just knows that he's got to get some good, solid finishes, try to keep this car clean and green and out of trouble, and potentially pick up a championship here in our season of the Monday Night All-Stars. I do believe this is about the 8th season now already of the Monday Night All-Stars. Season 6, sorry, of the Monday Night All-Stars here for these drivers. So looking to be that Season 6 champion here this evening for Tyler Jackson. Can he get it done? Can he hold on to pick up the championship? Or can Jacob Stefanski or Matt Taylor or William Hargraves jump up and take this championship away from the 8 ride here? And Stefanski starting to roll into some slower traffic here. That is the 22 ride of Evan Stefanski running into some issues here again on the speedway. Really good left front damage and right front damage here on the front end of this 22 ride. Evan Stefanski now at the rear of the field, and he's at risk of being the first driver to go a lap down here on the speedway. Dylan Simmons a little farther back here as well. He's in that 18th spot with Charles Davis and Russell Harold right there in front of him. But Jason Zilmer rounding out our top 15. Starting to lose contact with the rest of the field here. Jacob Sexton just there in front of him. Corey Sibley still hanging out back here in the 13th spot. And Jim Revis rolling there in position number 12. So we really haven't seen Revis, Sibley, Jacob Sexton really start to work themselves towards the front of the field here. They've been kind of mired back here just outside the top 10. Can these drivers find something late in this race and maybe try to work themselves closer and closer to the front of the pack? Is out in front. It is still Jacob Stefanski, but now you see Jeremy Akins working the outside group. The 32 working down low here, and that's moving that 57 closer and closer to our race leader. We got a fight here at the front of the field. These drivers door to door, some contact. The door slam down across the line as Jacob Stefanski trying to hang on to the race lead. But here comes Jeremy Akins. Akins looking to jump up and take this race lead away. A slide jump there through corner 3 and 4, door to door again, down across the start finish line, and it's Jeremy Akins who is able to lead that lap. So Akins and Stefanski battling here at the front of the field as Ryan Howard trying to hunt them down. Tyler Jackson has worked himself up into position number 4 and looking for more now is Matt Taylor there in position number 5 on the speedway. Michael Olson there in position number 6 as he rolls back into that 6th spot as Dakota Proud. Philip Sexton, Charles Miners, and William Hargraves are top 10 here on the speedway as Hargraves Meyer back here as well. We haven't seen him move forward too much. Oh, contact between the 2020. Oh, Jim Revis up the speedway as well. Caution flag not yet onto the speedway as Philip Sexton getting bounced around right there, able to keep on rolling, and so doesn't Jim Revis. Revis now missing that front bumper here on the speedway as we'll take a look back and see what happened. Looked like Philip Sexton may be getting some contact here from the 66 or the 71 right here into the corner right there. Contact the 66 of Charles Miners. Gets a piece of him, helps them start to go around. Nowhere to go for Hargraves here as he tries to roll down low and unfortunately just gets that front end of the 2020 ride, and that throws him up the speedway hard into the other purple machine here on the speedway. Jim Revis going almost upside down. You see Jacob Sexton right there getting onto the binders trying to avoid this 2020 machine, but no caution flag. A couple tough hits and a couple tough breaks as that now moves Jim Revis back to 13th. Jacob Sexton there in 14th, and Philip Sexton now in that 15th position on the speedway. As out in front, able to jump up and take this race lead away is Jeremy Akins. At the front of the field, Jacob Stefanski there in position number 2, and now Tyler Jackson going to work on the 4X of Ryan Howard for position number 3. T-Jack looking for the slide jump, just barely clears the nose of that 4X ride, so move Tyler Jackson, our championship hopeful, now into position number 3 here on the speedway. Starting to roll a little bit more of that slide job lane out there on the speedway, starting to take it in down low and slides up into that middle groove and gets great drive off. So driving in deep, get good rotating through the middle of the corner and getting a good drive off into that high side here. So that number 8 ride, man, he's coming in a quick hurry, and I think he's bringing some friends, because here comes Matt Taylor as well and Michael Olson trying to steamroll their way towards the front of the field. You do see that number 15 now up inside the top 5, and he's all over the back bumper now of that 4X machine of Ryan Howard. As out in front, Jeremy Akins and Jacob Stefanski battling still nose to tail on the speedway as they roll up a little closer to some lap traffic here as the number 22 of Evan Stefanski, trying to keep himself on the lead lap, trying to hope and see to not see a caution flag right now, as he does not want to go a lap down. He would love to see a yellow flag and love to see all these drivers get snapped back together, give him an opportunity to go down pit side, get that car repaired, and rejoin the rear of the field and try to advance his position, but kind of stuck back here right now in that 19th spot on the speedway. He's got quite a bit of a gap, almost 4 seconds until he sees the next driver that he can battle for position, as the 019 of Russell Harold in the 33 at Dylan Simmons back here in the 17th and 18th spot, battling there at the back of the pack, as Jeremy Akins trying to hunt down that 22 ride, trying to give himself a little bit more distance between himself and that 32 and Jacob Stefanski, and Stefanski trying to distance himself a little bit here from Tyler Jackson, as T-Jack has caught up to our second place driver. Tyler Jackson looking down low. They're going to go door to door down into quarter number 3. Tyler Jackson looking to jump up and take this race lead away, as only 24 more laps left to go here in this one. And we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. To come out here, of course, the crank it up caution flag out here on the speedway, as we do see Evan Stefanski run into some issues. Let's take a look back and see what happens here to the 22 ride, as he was trying to keep himself out of trouble, trying to keep this car pointed in the right direction. We'll take a look and see what happens to the Sunrise Racing WB Grand Design Steve's Lawn Care number 22. Trying to keep this car out of the race leader's way here. Unfortunately, pulls down onto the apron here. Slow stops on the racetrack and trying to take that car off the speedway. Unfortunately, once he comes stopped on the racing surface, the caution flag is thrown here at Lincoln Speedway. So that will put us under our first caution flag of the day. So we'll get him stacked up door to door here, but out in front, Delaware File restarts for that 57 of Jeremy Akins. So Akins on that front row all by himself, as Stefanski and Jackson door to door back there behind him. Ryan Howard and Matt Taylor back in 4th and 5th, with Michael Olson, Dakota Proud there in 6th and 7th. Charles Miners, Jeremy Kolba, and William Hargraves rounding out our top 10 here on the speedway, as we'll get ready to go back to battle here in this one. Jeremy Akins looking for a big restart as the laps continue to get clicked down. Only 20 laps left to go, this time by the start-finish line. So we get a 20-lap shootout here to finish off race number 1 of 2 of our championship night doubleheader here with the Monday Night All-Stars. As the 57, a great run and a great launch right there, looking for a good run down through 1 and 2 as he leads us down the back straightaway into corner number 3. But here comes Stefanski right there on his back bumper, and here comes the 8 right as well, but cautions, breeding cautions, and our second caution flag of the day is going to fly. So our second yellow flag is going to be displayed here in this one, as we will take a look and see what happens. It looks like the 019 Russell Harold is going to run into some issues here down low, trying to get a good run, and I'm not sure if him and 50 ride makes some contact. Yeah, he gets up into the 50 ride, and the 33 of Dylan Simmons unfortunately gets sideways there on the speedway, and that's what brings out caution flag number 2 here on the evening. So tough break right there. Quite a bit of damage for that 019 ride. Already having a rough day back there at the rear of the field. Same with number 33 at Dylan Simmons, and that 50 of Charles Davis. Definitely not where they want to be here in our penultimate race on the evening, our penultimate race here tonight and for the season. underway, and we're getting inching closer and closer to that checkered flag. Is out in front. Another restart here for Jeremy Akins as Akins gets a great launch once again. Opens up a bit of car length between himself and the duo back there behind him. That is Tyler Jackson. Jacob Stefanski now battling door to door for position number 2 here on the Speedway. D-Jack trying to jump into that second spot. Jacob Stefanski trying to hang on to it as lockout around goes the 19 right. Oh, brother. There is the caution flag going to come back out here in this one. So the 19 machine, unfortunate break there for Dakota Proud, having himself a good day. Now has a ton of damage. Gonna have to take that ride down pit side as we'll take a look back and see what happens here. So the 19 ride, I'm not sure if he gets any contact or any help here. Looks like Charles Minders maybe gets in here a little bit too deep. Yeah, gets in here a little deep right there. Tangs that left rear quarter panel, that left side of the bumper. Unfortunately, just kind of hooks the 19 right around. He spins down the speedway. Nowhere to go for Jeremy Kolba. Nowhere to go for the 9 ride of Corey Sibley as well, as they both get into that one. Sibley ends up with a little bit more damage here down on the front end of this number 9 ride, as we'll take another look at it and see what happens. As Sibley a little farther back here than what he would hope to be, and unfortunately that contact right there, Jim Ramis in there as well, getting a piece of that one, helping him go all the way around right there for the caution flag. So a tough break and a couple tough hits there on the speedway for those competitors, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing. Move Dakota Proud back to the 18th position, and Corey Sibley there in 17th. Now that's going to make their day that much harder, trying to work themselves closer to the front of the field here, as out in front, Jeremy Akins looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here this evening, looking to try to put himself up and into victory lane. Can he get it done? Can he hold off the hard-charging number 8 rider Tyler Jackson, or that 32 of Jacob Stefanski? Stefanski was already out in front, led some laps here this evening, but has had a couple good battles with that slingingdirt.com TWR 57 ride at the front of the field. As Jeremy's going to send us down through corner number 3 and out at corner number 4. He's going to see that green flag fly once again. Gets a good run down low, the 32, and Jacob Stefanski fires off right there with them. Maybe getting a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an advantage over the 8 rider Tyler Jackson, but Jackson getting a great run on the outside down through corner 1 and 2 and move T-Jack back into position number 2. Matt Taylor down low trying to roll that inside lane, gets a little loose there on corner exit. That's going to allow the 4 ride of Ryan Howard and the 66 of Minders to both steamroll around the outside of the 15. Taylor's got to be careful, as here comes Matt Olson right there to his back bumper, and Hargrave trying to work himself up and through the field, as well as again cautions, breeding cautions here with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, as we will see the caution flag come back out here in this one. Jacob Sexton in the 2020 ride, the Dog House Chassis Tommy Gun Customs machine. He's going to send it into the corner here. Now I'm not sure if he ends up getting he's getting sideways right there. I don't know. I think he just goes around by himself. I don't think he had any help from the 33. I think Dylan Simmons does a great job to avoid any additional contact here with this 2020 ride. I think just down through the slick stuff, gets onto the binders there to avoid contact with Philip Sexton, and digs himself around right there, and that's what'll put us back under the caution flag. So a tough break there for that 2020 of Jacob Sexton, as we get him ready to rock and roll. We get ready to go back to green flag racing. Mike Oxlong, Holden Madick says, need to take that 66 off the track. I mean, that's not our call. That's not our call. That's the admin's call. And drivers that have had contact or anything else will have their opportunity to protest the race after the finish here this evening. So we can't talk too much on it. We can only display what we can see. As here you go, we see that's 8 rider Tyler Jackson getting a great run here on the restart. He's quickly into second and quickly looking to jump up and take this race lead away. But we may be going back to the caution flag here on the evening. Caution flag going to come back out, as this time Philip Sexton runs out a room down low. Unfortunately gets nosed into the inside fence, and he is going to go around. Down low on the bottom side of the speedway, looks like 344 of Jason Zilmer Getting loose right there. I'm not sure if Zilmer gets into the 71. No, does not get into him. So let's take another look at this one. And Zilmer in the 344 right there. He's going to get loose right here. As he does, the car just shoots down the racetrack. He's trying to counter steer to get it back up to the middle here. Unfortunately, comes down into that bottom lane. Nowhere to go for Philip Sexton. And that kind of just gets him smashed down into the inside wall, and unfortunately that car just digs in, goes around, and that's what will put us under the caution flag. Another tough rank right there for the Sextons here in this one, as late in this race, a lot of beating and banging, everybody trying to get everything they can, trying to make sure that they maximize their day, trying to earn as many points as possible, knowing that this is our penultimate race before our finale here later this evening. Our championship race will come up right after this one, so you guys don't want to go anywhere. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, get ready for a show, not only to finish off this first race of the evening, but our championship race coming up next, as out in front, Jeremy Akins gets another great start, another good restart here, as the 8 rider Tyler Jackson right there in tow, trying to stay right there on his back bumper. The 57 ride not going to give it up easy. He wants this win. He wants to put himself up into victory lane here at Lincoln Speedway, but Tyler Jackson knows that if he can try to get another win, maybe another couple points into his back pocket here for our championship race, may allow him to breathe a little easier going into our championship race. Know that he's got that good points lead and a little bit of a safer barrier here if something happens there at Knoxville Raceway, as he rolls here at that second spot on the speedway, looking down low, maybe going to go for the slide job. No, keeps it down low, keeps that car right on the inside rim of the speedway, trying to work himself down to the front of the field. It gets a great run that time through 1 and 2, and now we'll pull the trigger for the slide job as the 57 of Akins gets up into the outside fence. It gives the 8 of Tyler Jackson the race lead here in this one, as T-Jack out in front will lead the way here in this race with only 10 laps left to go here this evening. So the laps are counting down, and Tyler Jackson making the move to put himself at the front of the field here late in this race, as Akins slides back to second. Jacob Stefanski there in third. Ryan Howard in position number 4 as a battle here for that 5th spot, as the 66 of Miners there to his outside. Michael Olsen down to the inside. Here's the Tommy Gun Customs number 9 ride. Rolls there in that 5th position. Hargraves back here in position number 7, looking for a way to get up a little closer to the front of the field. It's the Dirt Panda Wild, or the Joy Ride Designs. Now Electric number 71H rolling here in position number 7. Matt Taylor sliding back now to 8th as the Papa Mike Promotions Peacemaker Racing Team, the Fine 6 Graphics, Majula Say Speed Shop, the 618 Engraving and Designs number 15 right back here in that 8th position. Dylan Simmons there in 9th, and Jeremy Colbo rounding out our top 10 is Corey Sibley there in 11th. Dakota Proud there in 12th. Jim Revis, Jacob Sexton, and Philip Sexton rounding out our top 15 here on the Speedway, but they're all chasing down T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, the Alpha Shark here at the front of the field, as T-Jack is trying to run away with this one, trying to open up a bit of a lead between himself and Akins. Akins having his best run of the year here in position number 2. No better time to get it than right now, as that 57 rolling there in position number 2 on the Speedway. Jacob Stefanski rolling there in 3rd. Ryan Howard in position number 4, and a great run here as well for Charles Minders, as he finds himself here in that 5th position. Hargraves was able to work himself around the 9 of Olsen to move himself into position number 6, as the Dirt Panda Vince Laker Malum Electric number 71H trying to work himself inside the top 5 here, trying to see if he can find a run and a way to get around that 66 ride of Charles Minders. Is out in front though, it's the 8 rider Tyler Jackson. T-Jack at the front of the field, going to click off another lap, is down the back straightaway with only 3 more laps left to go. Can T-Jack hold on and pick up the checkered flag here in this one? Or does somebody have something for him? I don't know. He's been stretching this lead out more and more, and that time down across the line sees the twin sticks. Only 2 more laps left for Jeremy Akins, Jacob Stefanski, Ryan Howard, or Charles Minders to try to find a way to jump up and beat this 8 ride. Biting a caution flag down the front straightaway, we should see our white flag fly, this time by the start-finish line. So one more time around here for Tyler Jackson as he takes us through 1 and 2, gets a good run down the back straightaway for the final time here this evening. Tyler Jackson sends it into corner number 3, slides up into corner number 4, and down the front straightaway here at Lincoln Speedway as it's the 8 ride of Tyler Jackson who will pick up the win here this evening. Tyler Jackson picking up the win in pulling this 8 ride into the Lincoln Speedway victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Tyler Jackson as T-Jack gets it done and picks up the win here this evening. Jeremy Aikens there in second, and Jacob Stefanski going to come home in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for all of these competitors, man. A few caution flags through the end of this race, but nonetheless some good action, some good battling out there on the speedway, and it ends with Tyler Jackson adding to his points lead here on the championship, trying to continue to spread that gap a little bit more. Now going to have a little bit more of a breath of fresh air going into that championship race as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 into the broadcast booth. Mike says a whole lot of Tommy Gun Customs cars out there. Let's get it. Tyler Jackson, T-Jack cheering on T-Jack here this evening. There's definitely quite a few of those Tommy Gun Custom rides, man. Make some great wraps, some beautiful paint schemes out there, man. You'll see some from Joyride Designs as well. Very good, man. All these drivers come to the racetrack with such beautiful cars, man, including that number 32 of Stefanski in the number 32 ride in the WB Creative Designs ride there as well, man. All these guys show up to the racetrack with such beautiful looking race cars here each and every one of these events. As we'll get ready to pull in our race winner, Tyler Jackson picking up the win. As Jeremy says, how many cars will the 66 of Minders take out before he claims a caution? Yeah, that's a good question. And I mean, hey, that's going to be something that I'm sure the admin crew will have to take a look at here in this one. After this race, I'm sure there's going to be a couple upset drivers that are going to definitely put in tickets for that one. Is my boy Ty Dickinson, Ty coming in, says good race, Tyler Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's take some congratulations up in the chat right now for this 8 ride as Tyler Jackson picks up the win and pulls himself up into victory lane, man. What a run and what a drive here in this one, man, for T-Jack. As Ty says, I'm ready to watch some Knoxville action. Yeah, Knoxville is going to be crazy. And what else is going to be crazy is this demolition derby down the back straightaway. So these drivers are going to beat and bang and battle out some of their frustrations here on the back stretch as a quick little demolition derby to finish off the evening like we do every Monday night. After a Monday Night All-Stars race, these drivers will get their opportunity to duke it out and battle for our championship and our winners of the demolition derby after these races. So we'll keep an eye back here for some of the big hits, the big flips, and the action here on the back straightaway as these drivers are going to beat and bang and battle back here for a little bit as we'll get ready to pull in our top 3 for some post-race interviews. Alrighty, so Tyler Jackson waiting down pit side here. We'll get ready to pull him up into the booth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up to our race winner, Tyler Jackson. Hey Tyler, it's Aaron up here at the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They got a copy? You're muted.
Oh, sorry about that.
You're good, you're good. Tyler, man, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one as we saw you kind of hanging out right around just outside the top 5 here for a lot of this race. And then slowly but surely, the track seemed to really come to you down low. You start picking off, you start working yourself through the field, and then you got to battle hard there to try to make that move to get around Jeremy Aikens for the win here this evening. But with about 10 laps left to go, you finally get the run down low. You pull the trigger on this line job in the next set of corners, and you come out of it with the lead and the win here in our penultimate race at Lincoln Speedway. Man, take us back through this race and how you got it done.
Yeah, starting 7th, I was glad we were on the bottom. I figured if I could hug that guardrail, inside guardrail, let some of these guys kind of burn the right rear up top, that sooner or later we'd start picking them off. And yeah, it took, I mean, I guess it probably took as long as I thought. It was probably 15 or 20 laps before the groove pushed up on the outside where the inside was making time. And Yeah, it was picking them off one by one. Just it's the only problem with the line that I like to run here is if somebody's behind you, and if you pass them and they haven't seen how early you're braking, they can get into you really soon, entering the corner. So I did have that happen once where we almost went around. I don't even know who it was, but I just had passed the guy, and then he was going to follow me down low, and obviously he hadn't been running that line, so he didn't know how much brake he got to use. And luckily we kept it straight, but yeah, I got kind of lucky there on a caution. One of the cautions, um, after one of the cautions, we had one right away, and it put me the outside. Well, it put me to the two car, which I could choose the outside. It's kind of a glitch or whatever with the game, but it happens to everybody. It's worked out for me. It hasn't worked out for me. So yeah, so I was able to pick the outside lane there, and Jacob had to stick Jacob on the inside, and yeah, man, like two or three restarts in a row, I'd get a really good run in 1 and 2, and I'd want to go down the bottom in 3 and 4, and the caution would come out. And I knew if we kept at him, we were going to be able to get him. I thought Jeremy ran a really good race, raced me really clean. So did Jacob. But yeah, man, that top in 1 and 2 really came on. I hadn't seen that happen here before. And then 3 and 4, I kind of felt like I could run wherever. I really like this track. It once it slicks off, it's good. It was kind of narrow early in the night, but yeah, did what we could and picked them off one by one and found our way to victory lane.
Absolutely. So you punch your ticket here into victory lane this evening, knowing that this is the penultimate race, the second to last race here this evening, and knowing that the next one is that championship race here on the season. How do you feel going into that race now, especially after picking up this win, not having any issues where you don't get any penalties or anything else? Do you think this is going to add on to your race lead? Do you think this is going to give you a better opportunity here at picking up that championship in another 100 laps or 60 laps, whatever the Knoxville Future event is?
Yeah, I believe that probably locked it up. I'm not positive, but I'd have to have a really bad night. Plus we get one drop week, so I think we got locked up. So we'll just try to go for the W at Knoxville, and I can be really good there, or I can be running 15th. It's the strangest track for me as far as consistency. I can never figure it out, but we're gonna give it hell.
Absolutely, brother. Definitely going to give it a shot here to still pick up a checkered flag. I know everyone wants to win a championship and a race at the same time, but even if you don't, you're sitting pretty here knowing that you can go into this race and have a little bit of a cushion. You can take a little bit of a breather knowing that you don't have to win this race or you have to beat somebody by X amount of points to try to win the championship or whatever. So it's definitely going to be a bit of an easier and less stressful race for yourself here later this evening.
Yeah, the stress is off, and yeah, we'll just go out there and have fun. I mean, I usually have fun most of the time anyway. I feel it sounds like I take the points really serious, which I do. I pride myself in winning championships because I feel like it shows you're kind of versatile at different tracks. And but we're just out here to have fun and try not to run anybody over and race them clean. And if we win, we win. And if we don't, we'll move on to the next week.
Absolutely, and that's the big thing. Moving on, except for next week. There is no next week. There's next week, but the next season and next race and everything else. And I know no matter what, we're going to see it there battling and racing here towards the front of the field. And I know it's going to be a good show whenever you're out there on the Speedway. And T-Jack, we get to see another good one here this evening as you park yourself up here in the Lincoln Speedway victory lane, man. Who would you like to thank for another great run and another great race here this evening?
Oh yeah, all the usual guys: Black Diamond Mafia, CFME Sports, Majula Say Speed Shop, ShopFergie22.com. We got Tommy Gunn's custom tonight. He did this retro Bloomquist wrap for me, and then we kind of stuck our own little design in the middle of the side. But he did exactly what I asked for him, and he's been knocking out some really good looking dirt street stock paints. And it was just a matter of time before I hired the guy. So I'm really proud to rep that tonight. And my other guy, 5-6 Graphics, he does a great job too. I try to spread my wrap money around a little bit and not get too focused on one guy and spread the love a little bit. So yeah, thank you for the broadcast. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you again here shortly.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I'm sure we'll pull you in here potentially from championship lane at Knoxville Speedway, and not just Victory Lane, but maybe both of them. And we'll have to wait and figure that one out. But T-Jack, a great run, a great race here for you in this one, man. Congratulations on the win, and we can't wait to see you back in action here in a few more moments.
Yeah, we're gonna try to park it right in Victory Lane there if I can find that little hole in the fence. Haven't been in Victory Lane in Knoxville in a long time, so we'll see if we can find it.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to it. T-Jack, congrats on the win. Congrats on the great race, and good luck out there in the next race.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Tyler Jackson as T-Jack picking up the win here in this one, man. A great run and a great race there for Tyler Jackson as he picks up the first win of the evening as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher, Jeremy Akins. Hey, Jeremy, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
What's up, man?
Not much, Jeremy, man. A great run and a great race here for you in this one, man. You're hooked up here at Lincoln, and unfortunately come up one spot shy of the checkered flag. But man, oh man, oh man, it looked like this was going to be your race there for a couple times out there on the Speedway. We saw you early in this race battle and there with Jacob Stefanski, and then later on, you guys go back at it again. You're able to take that race lead back away from them, and I thought maybe, you know, binding some caution flags that you were going to be able to drive away with it and pick up the win, and then all of a sudden, once one of those cautions kind of was thrown, you know, we saw a slew of them, and it gave Tyler Jackson more and more opportunities to try to get those runs, to try to get around you, and eventually he was able to get that run and get that opportunity to take this win away from you here tonight in this one, man. Take us back through this race, though, and how you're feeling after a solid second-place finish.
Oh, I thought it was my good chance too, but Tyler, he's fast. So, I mean, I think I used it up a little bit too early, battling at first, and just didn't quite have enough at the end.
Absolutely not just enough there at the end, but you had enough to hang on to that second spot out there on the Speedway, man. After a solid run, a solid performance, I said early in this race that this is probably your best race so far of the season. You know, we've seen you get some decent finishes and some good runs, but it seems like this is the first one so far here in Season 6 of the Monday Night All-Stars where you've been at the front of the field leading laps and battling, competing for the win here in the season. So it's going to feel pretty good getting it. Just unfortunately so late in the season where all the extra points, everything else that you're getting aren't really going to do too much for you points-wise.
Right. Yeah, it's just tonight was kind of the first night this season that everything went right.
Absolutely.
Qualified good, and
yeah, absolutely. Definitely qualifying good. Had a great heat race. Everything kind of working perfectly here for you until that final 10 laps to go as T-Jack was able to get around you, but you hang on for second here, Jeremy. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great drive here this evening?
I got to thank all the DWR guys, Jim and Lon, Chad, Dan, Jackie, Rocky, Johnny, Brian, Mitch. Those guys, I wouldn't be as fast as I am without them for sure. Slingingdirt.com and Marcus Mackey. He's kind of my mentor, and he's having some health problems, so keep him in your prayers. And that's about it, I think.
Beauty. Well, Jeremy, one more race to go here this evening. Do you think you're going to have another good run like this? Do you think you're going to have another opportunity at maybe picking up a checkered flag here to finish off this season?
We'll see. I don't know. Knoxville's hit and miss. Sometimes I'm fast, sometimes I'm not. So we'll see.
Alrighty, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you out there on the Speedway, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth before the end of the night.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
You do. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Jeremy Akins. Jeremy Akins coming home there in position number 2. Man, a great run and a great drive there for Jeremy here in this one as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher here on the evening, the number 32 of Jacob Stefanski. Hey, Jacob, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jacob, man, another good run, another good race here for you in this one, man. But unfortunately, Looks like you maybe burnt up your equipment a little bit early in this race, battling with that 57 run of Jeremy Akins for later on as you kind of just slid back a couple spots there. We saw Jeremy able to find his way back around you, and then, a couple different battles there between you and Tyler Jackson, and, obviously a restart kind of giving him that top groove and putting you down on the bottom really hurt you right there. But, man, you were able to put on a good show for us here all night long.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, the first majority of the race there before Jeremy got the lead back, I wasn't really pushing too hard. I was just kind of trying to save my stuff. And when he kind of made the push to get back by me, I was just seeing what the bottom was like. And, he got by me and I wasn't about to press the issue. He's having a great run. I'm not about to, screw both our runs up. And, then we got that caution and I picked the top and we got another caution that immediately come back out and it gave Tyler the spot, which, not complaining on it, that's just iRacing, doing what it does. But, I that kind of changed the ball game. I was kind of playing it to how I figured, that I would save it. And then the end came near and, I could have tried pressing the issue there on Jeremy, but it really wouldn't have done much. I get to him and then I'd kind of back off of it because he'd be running kind of a slider line, and I'm not about to stuff my car up on the outside of him when, like I was saying, we were both having a great run. I don't know that I could have necessarily gotten completely by him, but I know I could have gotten up alongside of him, but with the line he was running, I wasn't willing to press that issue. And, Tyler, he's always fast. No shocker. It's 3 in a row for him now. So hats off to him, hats off to Jeremy for, a great run. But definitely can't hang my hat on a top 3. Consistency's what's kept me at the front, and I'm still having fun doing it.
Absolutely. That's the key thing, man. Having fun out there on the speedway, having a good time here on these Monday afternoons, racing with your buddies and having some fun out there on the speedway and putting on good shows for all the fans in the stands. And that's exactly what you guys did here this evening. Now, coming home in third, obviously, knowing that you're second in those points. T-Jack finishing there in front of you. The points obviously not getting any tighter. What are your chances looking like here going into that championship race in Knoxville? Do you have an opportunity? Do you have a shot? Or is T-Jack kind of locked this one up?
T-Jack's pretty much got it locked up. But I definitely not too hurt by it. He had a great season. And he just was a little bit more consistent than I was able to be. And I think out of the entire field, I actually have the highest number for a drop for a night. As far as how we get a one throwaway week essentially. My mine's pretty much the highest number, I think, at 85. So that also, not like it hurt, but doesn't necessarily help. But I don't think there's a shot. I would have needed T-Jack to come in and not get any qualifying points, not get any heat points, and not have a good feature, and then have the same thing happen all over again at Knoxville. But hats off to him. It's looking like a championship for him, which is awesome. We love how competitive this league is. And I wouldn't, finishing second to T-Jack ain't nothing to hang my head on. I'm having a good time. It was a great season. Hopefully we can end it off with a W here at Knoxville.
Absolutely, brother, and we can't wait to see you guys back out there on the speedway and back in action here. But Jacob, who would you like to thank for such a great run and great drive here in our penultimate race of the season?
Yeah, I got to thank my guys over at Throttle Motorsports. Got to thank WB Creative Designs, always making my cars look fresh. Steve's Lawn Care, PJ Auto Car and Trailer Sales. You up in the broadcast tower making these broadcasts real interesting for everybody and putting on a great show, helping us do this. It's very much appreciated. Got to thank my girlfriend for always watching and supporting. So I could come out and have some fun with the guys. I think that White Knuckle Setup Shop as well.
Beauty. Well, Jake, a great run, a great drive here in our penultimate race on the season, and we can't wait to see you out there for our championship race here in a few more moments, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth to finish off the season.
Thank you, Aaron.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night and have some fun out there.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Jacob Stefanski, our third place finisher here this evening as we'll get ready to rock and roll for our second race of the night. Our second race about to get underway is Henry the Monster 2006 says, you look like Wojak. Who's Wojak? I don't know who Wojak is. Should I Google that? Who's Wojak? Is he a streamer? Is he, who's Wojak? I figured I look more like, Fat Perez, honestly. That's kind of more who I think I look like. Fat Perez from Bob Does Sports. I think that's maybe a little bit more of who I look like, but who knows? Maybe I look like Wojak. I don't know who Wojak is. Wojak's like the dead meme dude. Okay. I get it. Makes sense. Hilarious. Nothing like a stick figure drawn human, but okay, yep. See what your IQ is. As we'll get ready to get these drivers rocking and rolling here for our championship race on the season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow, and subscribe button. We'll get ready here for our second race of the evening, our final race here of the season, and we gotta be, give a huge shout out here, not only to all of our sponsors, but all the admin crew, man. These guys come in each and every single one of these races. They go through all the footage, they go through all the incidences, they make sure they're making these calls unbiased and truthfully, and making sure that they make the right calls, and making sure that everything's fair and square out there on the speedway, and making sure that, all the points are correct, making sure everything runs smoothly here on the season. So I want to give a huge shout out there to all the admins, everyone that's a part of the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Monday Night All-Stars admin crew. That's Dakota Proud, Dylan Simmons, Dustin Benton, Jacob Stefanski, Nate Trepo, man. Those guys, coming in here, race after race and putting on, some good shows for us, giving these drivers the ability to have a place to race on a Monday afternoon. And for drivers themselves like Dustin Benton and Nate Trepo, taking a step back from the racing action themselves instead of jumping in behind the wheel and racing and trying to make these calls while being in the race or having to, be impartial of anything that could happen between themselves and other drivers out there, and then making calls on it. So I do like that, Dustin and them have taken that choice and taken that ability to hop in there and take themselves out of the driver's seat and put themselves, in here as, one of the competitors, not one of the drivers, but as one of the admins here on the evening. So huge shout out to them for putting on, taking that step back and giving these drivers the ability to have more unbiased, more better calls made each and every single one of these races. So huge shout out there to our entire admin crew, and then a huge shout out to all of our sponsors here as well, man. All these sponsors coming in year after year after year, really making things possible, really making things happen here for all these drivers, all these competitors to have a place to race, to have a place to call home. Steve's Lawn Care, one of those places, man, that come in and become a part of the series, man. That's Steven Stefanski. We don't see Steven in here as much. I mean, we haven't seen him yet today. Maybe we'll see him here in race number 2. I'm not 100% sure, but I know all the Stefanskis, man, love being a part of these dirt street stock races and being a part of the Monday Night All-Stars, man. And we love Steven being out there on the racetrack and battling here each and every one of these races. So huge shout out there to him and all the Stefanskis being a part of the series, and huge shout out to all of our other amazing sponsors. They're tagged in the details of the night here and all the broadcasts. They're not tagged, but they're shouted out for a huge thank you for all of our sponsors, man. That's Throttle Motorsports, Farmers Repair, Dirt Clash Super Street Series, DB34 Driving School. That's Dustin Benton himself and his driving school here on the simulator. Geezer Motorsports, huge shout out there to the Geezer Motorsports guys jumping in here and being a part of the Monday Night All-Stars. And then WP Crave Designs, Steve's Lawn Care, Regal Wrapz and Designs, Sexton Racing, and South-Dak Custom Graphics as well, being a part here of this season, being a part of this series, man. We gotta give a huge shout out to each and every one of them for making all this happen, for being a part of the show, and for helping everyone some fun here on Monday nights, man. We can't shout them out enough. As we'll get ready to rock and roll here, our second race of the day is about to get underway here in just a little bit. Practice slowly but surely coming to a close, and then we'll hop right into our qualifying session. I'm going to get a quick drink into me. We're going to get ready to rock and roll, so I'm going to get a quick break. I'm going to get a drink, and then we're going to get ready to rock and roll here for our second main feature event of the evening here after our heat races, consolation race, and then our main final race of the season. Coming right at you here in just a few more moments, so don't go anywhere as you don't want to miss out on the racing action here in this one, as we'll be right back here in just a minute.
Alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler while boys' laps get short. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn ever burned fortunes laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Steering tight. Beneath the stars stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to rock and roll here as our qualifying session slowly but surely getting underway here in this one. Drivers getting done their lap times. Right now, Corey Sibley looking to be quickest here in qualifying. Hargraves in second. Stefanski in third with Tyler Jackson. Jim Revis, our top five. Out there on the racetrack, Michael Olson, Philip Sexton, Jeremy Akins, Dylan Simmons, and Dakota Proud, our top 10 here in qualifying. As the qualifying session slowly but surely coming to a close, we will get ready to rock and roll here with our A-main feature event. Our first heat race of the evening about to get underway. I forgot we were already into our second session. Things are moving quickly here this evening. These drivers putting on a great show for us and putting on some great laps, some great racing, and already into our first heat race here in race number 2 on the evening. 10 laps the racing action here for this first heat race from Knoxville Raceway. Starting on the pole in the number 19 machine, that is Dakota Proud. To his outside in the Tommy Gun Customs 2020 ride, that is Philip Sexton. Starting in position number 3 is the 8 ride, that is the Majula State Speed Shop. Tommy Gun Customs Team CFM Esports 8 machine, Tyler Jackson. To his outside in the 9 ride, the Team CFM Esports, the Dirty Rido Welding number 9, that is Corey Sibley. Starting in position number 5 in the 4X, that is Ryan Howard. Into his outside in the 019, that is Russell Harold. So 6 drivers ready to go to battle here in heat race number 1. Again, top 3 will punch their ticket into the A-main feature event. Everybody else will go to our consolation race here this evening. As we'll get them ready to rock and roll, get them ready to roll out onto the speedway. We welcome everybody back in for race number 2 here on the night. So race number 2 about to get underway. My boy Johnny Thunder's coming in with the heart reaction. Jim Revis coming in as well a little while ago with that heart reaction on the broadcast. You shout there to Johnny and Jim, both coming in showing the love. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button on the broadcast, hit that share, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do and helps us out a ton and helps the streams reach more and more people. As we'll get these drivers rolling out onto the racetrack here in just a few more moments here. They'll start to roll out behind the official iRacing pace truck here at Knoxville Raceway. These drivers, they're able to put them in gear. They're starting to roll here, and there goes our pace truck. So heat race number 1 about to get underway. These drivers getting ready to go to battle here, getting ready to duke it out here in this one, man. This is going to be a ton of fun. This is going to be a great show between these competitors as Dakota Proud, Philip Sexton 1 and 2 on the speedway. Tyler Jackson, Corey Sibley there in row number 2. T-Jack looking to go back-to-back here in this one, looking to hopefully pick up another checkered flag on the day and hoping to pick up the championship as well. As the pace truck will make the hard left-hand turn back down Knoxville Raceway pit lane, and we go green flag racing here for heat race number 1. Quickly, Dakota Proud with a good run down into quarter number 1, but Tyler Jackson going to follow him right off through. Quickly slides up in front of Philip Sexton to move himself into position number 2. Sexton trying to hold on to that third spot is down low, opening up that door. It's the 9 rider, Corey Sibley. Sibley and Sexton door to door down across the line as they battle here for position number 3 on the speedway. Almost position number 2 right there as Tyler Jackson went way up high down in quarter number 1. Opened up the door there for the 9 and the 2020 ride to peer down underneath of him. If they could have got that run, they could have maybe jumped back up and in front of this 8 machine. Is the 19 of Dakota Proud continues to lead the way here in heat race number 1. You see Tyler Jackson trying to back these corners up, trying to get great drive off in these big runs down the straightaways here to go door to door with this 19. Finally gets a good run down through corner 3 and out at corner number 4. They're going to go door to door down across the line. Move Tyler Jackson to the front of the field. That time by the start-finish line. So T-Jack looking for the early race lead here in heat race number 1 on the evening. And he's going to make that pass as T-Jack out in front gets into the berm though. Oh baby, able to hang on to it, keep that car pointed the right direction and keeps on rolling without giving up too much ground again. To that 19 in Dakota Proud. As Proud trying to hang on to position number 2. We see the 9 machine at Corey Sibley in that third and final transfer spot on the speedway. Philip Sexton there in 4 with Ryan Howard in position number 5. Russell Harrell back there in 6 as he brings up the rear of the field in the snap-on 019 ride. You see Ryan Howard right there in front before X-Ride had a great run there at the beautiful Lincoln Speedway just moments ago. He's trying to back that good run up here, but knowing he wants to try to punch his ticket straight on through your aiming feature event. He's got to get up on top of the wheel and try to figure it away to get around Philip Sexton, Corey Sibley, Dakota Proud, and Tyler Jackson. And then punch his ticket into the show here in this one. Jeremy Aikens coming in, showing the love here with the share on the broadcast. Mama Bear says, come on, Tyler Jackson. Cheering on T-Jack as T-Jack out in front. We're going to try to stretch this lead out a little bit more between himself and Dakota Proud. Proud trying to hunt him down. It's Proud in position number 2, not wanting to give that spot up as he sees a couple horses back here duking it out behind him. It's the 2020 ride of Philip Sexton down low, trying to find something underneath the Corey Sibley, trying to jump back into position number 3 on the speedway. That is the spot you want to be. You want to be in that 3rd position here on the evening. You want to be able to punch your ticket straight up through to the A main feature event. And right now, Corey Sibley's hanging on to that 3rd spot, the 2020 ride of Philip Sexton. He wants to take it away from him. He wants to put himself inside the show here and not have to run the consolation race here this evening, trying to get that 3rd spot. Now you do see Sibley taking a peek down low on the 19 ride of Proud. Can Proud hold him off and hang on to position number 2 here on the speedway? Is right now it's Sibley who's on the hot seat. Well, that he's got to keep that 2020 ride back there at bay. As T-Jack out in front, just keeping his marks, kind of rolling a couple of different lines. If they're on the speedway, maybe try to see what he can do, what he needs to do to try to find some speed to maybe put himself at the front of the field here in our main feature event. It's Tyler Jackson, nice and easy into corner number 1 and nice and easy at a corner number 2. I guess we will see the checkered flag fly here as SDK did not roll. So Tyler Jackson will pick up heat race win number 1. Dakota Proud and Corey Sibley will round out our top 3 there for that first heat race of race number 2. We'll take a look here at it and see that finishing order for these drivers. Let's get rid of that real quick, as there we go. As you get a good look right there, Tyler Jackson picking up the win in heat race number 1. Dakota Proud, Corey Sibley there in 2nd and 3rd. Will punch their tickets into the show where Philip Sexton, Ryan Howard, Russell Harrell, and Nathan Trepo, who's one of our admins, will all go to a consolation race here this evening, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go here for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 going to get lined up down pit road behind our official iRacing pace truck. They'll start to roll out onto the speedway. Starting on the pole in the 15 machine. That is the 5.6 Graphics Peacemaker Racing Team at Jules A Speed Shop 618 engraving and designs number 15 of Matt Taylor. To his outside in the 57 ride, that is Jeremy Aikens. Aikens had a great run there in a 2nd place finish in race number 1 on the evening. He starts here in 2nd for heat race number 2. Jamer Ravis in the iRacing iFlag DWR 57 ride will start there in 3rd with William Hargraves there to his outside. Evan Stefanski and Jason Zilmer are going to bring up the rear of the field as the Sunrise Racing in that VP Racing Fuels 344 ride at the back of the pack. Know they need to jump up on top of the wheel to try to put themselves into the show here for this heat race. Out in front, Matt Taylor quickly going to jump up and clear that 57 to Aikens. Aikens going to peer back down low here as Matt Taylor out in front looking to try to pick up heat race win number 2. Was able to lead lap number 1. There in that one is Jeremy Akins into that second spot, trying to hold off Jim Revis. As Revis trying to work himself up to the front of the field here and into this battle at the front of the pack. And here comes Hargraves. William Hargraves always seems to be a little bit slower here at Knoxville Raceway in this tacky stuff. So we'll have to wait and see if the 71H can find a little something extra later on here in the evening. Usually seems to come to life once this racetrack really starts to slick off. That car comes very, very fast. He can find some grooves down there, especially down on the inside lane. Somehow or another, he hugs that berm like nobody else. This 71 ride is always one of those cars to keep an eye out when it comes to our feature event here at Knoxville Raceway. But he's trying to work himself into the show here as Jim Revis able to work himself around Jeremy Akins and into position number 2. Revis going to try to go after our race leader Matt Taylor, as you do see Hargraves and Akins now starting to battle door to door for that third spot on the speedway. That third spot is our third and final transfer position. So this is a big battle right here. Akins up on the hindsight getting a great run out of corner number 2 here. We'll be able to stay door to door with the 71H, while Hargraves down low, just hitting his marks perfectly on that inside cushion, just trying to roll around the speedway to put himself into position number 3. As Jim Revis goes after Matt Taylor. Taylor way up high. Revis is going to go down low and slide in front of him. Move Jim Revis to the front of the field, but Matt Taylor says, I'm not done yet. I'm going to go down low. Now here in corner number 3. We'll have to wait and see if he can slide up and clear this 57 as he goes for a little bit of a slide jump there. Doesn't quite pull the trigger on it, and that leaves Jim Revis the outside groove down here into corner number 1, and out of corner number 2, here comes a big head of steam out of that 57 ride. He'll take it down to the inside, but unfortunately could not get the run that he was looking for there, as Taylor was parked right in front of him out of corner number 2. As door to door here in the front of the field, Hargraves down low here, trying to make it 3 wide here at the front of the field for race number 2. Taylor way up high, looking for that big run. Here comes Hargraves down low as they're 3 wide down through the middle of the corner, but it's still Matt Taylor out in front, continues to lead the way. As Taylor out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done. Jim Revis, though, going to slide up in front of the 15. Move Jim Revis into the top spot, but here comes Hargraves. Hargraves using all that battling for the front of the field to his advantage down low, as he's able to work himself into second. But Matt Taylor says, I'm not done yet. He's going to storm back here as Taylor works to the outside now of the 71H. Hargraves down low, Taylor up high, down at a corner number 4. They'll head down across the start finish line. They'll click off another lap, and we'll see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Jim Revis, as Revis looking to pick up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Hargraves there in second with Matt Taylor in the hot seat here in position number 3. Akins going to get one last shot at him. Can't quite get there as Jim Revis and Hargraves door to door down the front straightaway. It's a drag race, and Hargraves able to make the last lap pass to pick up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Jim Revis there in second, Matt Taylor in that third and final transfer spot, meaning Akins and everybody else there in heat race number 2 will go to our consolation race, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our third and final heat race of the season. Driver's going to jump in behind the official iRacing paint truck and starting on the pole. The 50 ride, it's Charles Davis there in the top spot. To his outside is the 33 at Dylan Simmons. As Michael Olson in the 9 ride, the Tommy Gun Customs machine will start there in position number 3. And to his outside in the Precision Auto Bodies Throttle Down Motorsports, the DCSSS Peacemaker Gaming WB Creative Designs number 32 is Jacob Stefanski, who will start there in position number 4. Starting in position number 5 in the 2020 ride is the Sexton's Paint and Body Tommy Gun Customs Doghouse Chassis 2020 ride of Jacob Sexton. To his outside in the 54. It's the Bailey's ride of Jeremy Kolba. As we get ready to rock and roll, our final heat race here of the season is underway. Is the 50 ride of Charles Davis gonna lead us down into corner number 1. Looking for a big run here, as here comes Dylan Simmons wound up on the outside shelf here as well. Man, they're all 3 wide here for position number 2 on our opening lap. That's exactly what Charles Davis wants to see, is down through corner 3 and out of corner number 4. He will lead lap number 1 here in heat race number 3 from Knoxville Raceway. Down low, Michael Olsen with a big run down low, almost gets up into the numbers, almost toward our race leader as the 50 right, I think, rolled out of the throttle. That's going to bring the rest of the field right back to his rear bumper here as he thought that 9 rod was going to come up and into him, had to try to take invasive maneuvers, trying to avoid contact, but that's going to open up the door. Down low for Michael Olsen to go for a bit of a slide jump here into corner number 1 and 2. The 50 right pushes up the racetrack, may have pushed up a little bit too far as he gets up into the outside fence, 3 wide for position number 2. The 33 of Dylan Simmons sends it in deep. He slides up in front of the 50 right as door to door as here comes that 32 right of Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski looking to put himself into that second spot on the speedway as Bryce Dickinson says track is gonna be stellar for the feature. Yes, Sirski, track is looking very, very good. Unfortunately, we are going to be resurfacing this racetrack. The crew's going to go to work during our warm-up session and get this track rolled over, packed back down, and refreshing here for these competitors. But during that warm-up session, they'll get an opportunity to kind of pack it back down, try to make some lanes here. But I think throughout this evening, this track is going to line up. It's going to be a lot of the same here of what we're seeing right now after probably about 15-20 laps of green flag racing in that feature event, and then what we're going to see, and throughout that 20, 30, 40 lap area is really going to start to widen out, and that final 10, 15 laps are going to be absolutely insane to watch. These drivers have to try to either hug that inside berm or round it up way up against that inside fence here in our main feature event. As Matt Taylor says, hey girl, what's good, Matty? Matt coming in showing the love here in this one. What's good, man? How are you, Mr. Fletcher? Coming in showing the love here in this one, man. It's some great runs, some great racing here in this one as Michael Olsen out in front of the field here leading. He ranks a number from your final race of the season as Jacob Stefanski there in position number 2. Dylan Simmons there in 3rd with Jacob Sexton back there in position number 4. Charles Davis there in 5th, and Jeremy Colba back there in position number 6. And some great racing all evening long, and we're getting closer and closer to our final race of the season. Our final race of the season, our final A-main, gonna come up here in just a little bit. First, we gotta get through this heat race, and then we gotta see our consolation race get underway. A little bit of a warm-up, then our A-main will get underway here this evening as Michael Olsen looking to try to start up towards the front of the field. Jacob Stefanski there in 2nd. We're gonna punch his ticket into that A-main feature event, and so is it. Dylan Simmons rolling there in position number 3, looking to try to keep his seat here inside the top 30, trying to work himself into the show here through this heat race as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around for Michael Olsen, and one more opportunity here for Jacob Sexton to try to work himself into the A-main feature event here through this heat race. Is down low into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He won't get there as Michael Olsen will pick up heat race win number 3 with Stefanski and Dylan Simmons right there behind him, going to punch their tickets into our A-main feature event. Jacob Sexton there in position number 4 with Charles Davis, and Jeremy Colba will round out our field there in heat race number 3. They will all go to our consolation race, and we're going to get ready for that consolation race right now as these drivers getting ready to go to battle here in this one as we'll get them stacked up, locked up, and ready to go here. Is out in front, Philip Sexton will start in that pole position. To his outside is Jeremy Aikens. Starting in position number 3 in the 2020 ride. The other 2020 machine, that is Jacob Sexton. To his outside is the 4X of Ryan Howard. And then here comes that number 22 of Evan Stefanski, the 50 ride of Charles Davis. The 019 of Russell Harold starting there in 7th has Jason Zilmer. There to his outside in the 54. Jeremy Colba will bring up the rear of the field as our live admin. The 42 of Nathan Trepo, the witch doctor here, not out there on the racetrack, not racing here in this race, but he's up in the admin booth making the calls here this evening as Ty says, you're welcome, PC Poo, raising your engagement. Yeah, listen, boys, keep on commenting, keep on chit-chatting, keep talking the BS. I don't care. You guys do it. You guys do it. It's fun. It sounds like fun up there. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I can only imagine from the few glimpses that I have gotten as Bryce Dickinson with the heart reaction here on the broadcast. Brycey Bear coming in, showing the love here in this one. And Philip Sexton coming in with that like on the stream as well. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button as we're going to get ready here for our consolation race, our second consi of the evening. The pace truck here at Knoxville Raceway will head back down pit side as we go back to Green Flag Racing here for our P-Main consolation race. The Mad Dog himself, that is the Doghouse Chassis Tommy Gun Custom 2020 rider Philip Sexton out in front quickly. Gonna jump up and lead this P-Main as Jeremy Akins, Jacob Sexton, Evan Stefanski back there into Ryan Howard. Slides back to position number 5 here. Stefanski gonna slide off into position number 4 there in the opening lap as here comes that 2020 of Jacob Sexton trying to take a look down low on the 57, but Jeremy Akins so far having himself a day, man. This DWR, the Dirt Warrior Racing 57 rider Jeremy Akins has looked very solid all evening long. We saw him leading laps, battling in the front of the field and coming home with a second place finish while we were in the night at Lincoln Speedway, and now we see him here once again battling here in this consolation race, looking to try to pick up another big run and maybe another solid podium finish here this evening as he rolls there in position number 2 on the speedway right now as Texas Longhorns suck. Oh gosh. Bryce says, whoa, 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 I want to have fun. We all want to have fun, brother. We all want to have fun. Freak the Canadians, change my mind. I'm just a keyboard warrior. That's all you guys are, keyboard warriors right now, okay? Okay? Back that shit up on the racetrack, but not in mini stock. That's not racing. That's front wheel drive, like slow as shit stuff. Mini stock 6 cylinders, snooze fast, and into some bigger. Get to an 8-cylinder, get into a crate late model or a crate fucking sprint car or a crate something, street stock, something like that. Something that's, you know, rear wheel drive. It actually takes a little bit more skill to drive than a mini stock. Come on now. It's Philip Sexton out in front leading the way here. Jeremy Akins there in second. Jacob Sexton rolling there in position number 3. Evan Stefanski there in position number 4. The 4X rider Ryan Howard back there in the 5th position as the 50 rider Charles Davis rolls there in position number 6. Russell Harold there in 7th with Jason Zilmer, Jeremy Kova bringing up the rear of the field here in our season finale main consolation race. Our final consi here of the season 6 of the Monday Night All-Star, slowly but surely coming to a close here in this one. As Bryce says, oh great, Ty, get Mama Bear all wound up and we're not even racing. Yeah, well, hey, you know what? You don't want to wound up Mama Bear. She'll go in there and she'll beat you guys up. I'll allow it. I'll allow it, Mama Bear. Give it to him. Beat him up. Beat him up. Tell him how it is, okay? She's got free range of the chat right now. She can tell you boys how to smarten up right now, okay? I'm fine with it. It's Philip Sexton, Akins, 1 and 2 still on the speedway. And then you see that 2020 ride of Jacob Sexton still rolling back here in 3rd. These top 3 have been kind of just slowly but surely pulling away from Evan Stefanski, Ryan Howard, and Russell Harold and the rest of the field here as in front Philip Sexton. Looking pretty here in that brand new Tommy Gun Customs 2020 ride. This thing's looking very fresh. I love that kind of matte green. I don't even know what color of green that would be, but it's like a military, U.S. military kind of green. I think it looks absolutely mint. I like that with the gold chrome accents in there. I think that car is very, very fresh. Looks very nice out there on the speedway. I'm not sure if I'm huge on the gold rims or not. I'm not 100% sold on those, but nonetheless, the car looks very nice out there on the speedway. Each and every one of these riders, man, all have such beautiful paint schemes, take good care of their rides each and every week, and come out here onto the speedway with some beautiful looking paint schemes and some beautiful looking rides, including this 22 machine looking fresh out there. Another new paint scheme here for the 22 of Evan Stefanski as well, looking very retro, very fresh out there as well. Loving the style and the paint scheme there for the beautiful Sunrise Racing WB Crane Designs 22 machine out there on the speedway. As Mama Bear says, go Minnesota Vikings. Listen, Mama Bear, I don't know how your Minnesota Vikings are pulling it off, but you guys are 5-0. It's absolutely insane. Listen, I got Derek Carr on my fantasy football team. I need Derek Carr to have a huge night tonight against KC, and hopefully they can beat KC, you know, have like a 60-30 game or something like that with the Saints on top and giving the KC their first loss of the season. I think that would be absolutely okay. That would move Minnesota as the only undefeated team here on the season. Would be absolutely unreal. Starting off the season, getting the news with J.J. McCarthy, you know, not being able to play this season, so that's absolutely insane. Guy says, fuck the Chiefs. I said it. Fuck the Chiefs, bro. The Chiefs. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. The more positivity we bring, the more PC Boo will smile. You know it, brother. You know it. Hey, you know what? We want to see the comments rolling. We want to see people having some fun. As Mama Bear says, hell yes, we are 5-0. Yes, you are. Is the white flag here in this one has been displayed. And right there on the back bumper of our race leader is Philip Sexton down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. He's going to get a good run here, and he's going to pick up this final consolation race win of the season. So Philip Sexton with the B-main win has Jeremy Aiken, Jacob Sexton, Evan Stefanski, Ryan Howard, Russell Harrell, Jason Zilmer, Charles Davis, Jeremy Kolba bringing up the rear of the field here in our final B-main of the season, and that will set the stage now for our A-main feature event, and that will get us lined up for our final feature event here of the season. As the crew has went to work, they've worked on this racetrack, they've kind of resurfaced it, they got this track back into one good piece out there on the speedways. They gotta roll things over, put some water onto it, they packed it down. This track is brand new for these drivers. They're trying to work it in, so they're gonna hop out there onto the racetrack. They're gonna work this racetrack in and get ready for our A-main feature event. As Ty says, I'm just here to watch Matt Taylor pull off a dub. Peacemaker Racing. Yes, sir. That's exactly what we want to see here in this one. As Wright says, if you think Taylor Swift is there, she's probably there. That's good. She's there for every game. Isn't that why she canceled her Eras tour or whatever over in the UK, so you can come and watch all these games and everything else and everything, you know? I'm sure that's what that was all about earlier. I'm pretty sure. So, 100% she is there. She is there. Well, I don't know what the score is, but don't tell me what the score is, because I don't want to know right now. I know they kicked off at 8:50, so it's got to be at least already after halftime and probably somewhere in the third quarter right now. But don't let me know what that score is, because I want to watch the highlights afterwards. Everything plays out. Do not give me any spoilers. If you give me spoilers, I will mute you in the chat. I will do it, or block you, one or the other. And her tour starts Friday. Is it like an American tour or a European tour? So I know she canceled her European tour. That's it there. She started I don't know. Of course, Mama Bear would know. She's a Swiftie. She's a Swiftie, Mama Bear. You're a Swiftie. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a quick warm-up session here. These drivers are going to kind of work on their rides, make sure everything is okay. We'll get ready for our final race here this evening. As why are you so quiet, Pete? What do you mean? Quiet as in I'm not as loud? It's because we're about to jump into a Peacemaker Gaming rank it up here before we get ready for our main feature event. We're going to get ready here in just a few more moments, but we're going to take a quick break, get a quick drink, and then we'll get ready to go back to battle here.
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust, life on edge, unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Speeding mud loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight.
Woo! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show? Well, here you go, as we're going to get ready to set the stage here for our championship race here with the Monday Night All-Stars in the Dirt Class Super Street Series here this evening as these drivers get loaded into the sim, each and every single one of them looking for the win here this evening as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Starting on the pole in the number 8 machine, it's Tyler Jackson. T-Jack will start here from the front row this evening. Jim Revis will start there to his outside in the iRacing iFlag DWR ride as Michael Olson, and Dakota Pratt will bring up row number 2. William Hargraves in the Malum Electric Joyride Designs of Viv's Liquor. Number 71H will start there in position number 5. And then we see the 32 of Mr. Jacob Stefanski there to his outside. Dylan Simmons, Matt Taylor there in the 4th row with Philip Sexton, Jeremy Akins, Corey Sibley, Evan Stefanski, Jacob Sexton, Ryan Howard, Russell Harold, Jason Zilmer, Jeremy Kolba, Charles Davis, bringing up the rear of the field. But one special thing happening here in this one. The 8 of Tyler Jackson, after picking up 3 straight wins here in the series, will take an EOL and start from the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation here. The final race of the season for the Monday Night All-Stars is underway as out in front, Michael Olson leads us down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Nice and easy down through 3 and out of quarter number 4. We will see that first caution flag fly. So the caution flag going to come out as Michael Olson will lead the first lap here in this one. We will take a look back and see what happens. It looks like Jeremy Kolba running into some issues here. So the Firebird 54 right out in the 17th spot. Looks like a little contact there between him and the 50 ride. That 344 collected in there as well, and then up and into the outside fence. Nowhere to go there for Jeremy Kolba, man. Just kind of minding his P's and Q's, trying to keep himself out of the contact, trying to keep himself out of trouble there, and unfortunately trouble found him as contact between the 50 and the 344. See the 50 ride slide up over the nose of that 54 ride, then into the 344, and unfortunately for Zilmer, kind of gets bounced around, and unfortunately for Jeremy Kolba, just really nowhere for him to go, and he gets turned around and bounced into the outside fence right there. Let's see if we can jump on board here with this number 54 machine. See if we can get a good look here from inside the cockpit of Jeremy Kolba's ride. Sends it into the first corner. Then here comes that 50 right over his nose into the 344. And then all of a sudden Kolba's just got nowhere to go. Hard contact there into that outside fence. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Delaware file restarts here. So the 9 right of Olsen out in front all by himself. The 57 of Jim Revis and William Hargraves door to door back there for position number 2. Hargraves down through the middle here trying to stay in that second spot as Jim Revis works down low trying to jump up into position number 2. And don't look down because here comes Corey Sibley and Dakota Brown. Sibley was one of the quicker cars here in our qualifying session, so he's got some speed underneath the hood of that 9 right. But the driver we're going to be keeping an eye on here, looking to try to pick up the championship here this evening, is that 8 rider Tyler Jackson, is T-Jack getting that EOL after 3 straight wins here in the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Monday Night All-Stars. And Tyler Jackson back at the rear of the field, slowly but surely working himself through the traffic here. We've seen time and time again T-Check kind of hang out for the first half of a race, kind of take it easy, keep the car straight, keep the tires underneath of them, and then storm to the front of the field like we did earlier this evening when he did it at Lincoln Speedway. Can he do it again here at Knoxville Raceway? This time, though, he's got a lot more fast cats that he has to try to work himself around, and he has to try to figure out how to get to the front of the field here in this one. As Michael Olsen trying to hold on to the race lead, he's got Hargraves right there behind him. Hargraves in position number 2, ready to try to rock and roll and try to take this top spot away from that 9 right as Jim Revis rolls there in second, as Corey Sibley right there on his back bumper. A little bit of a gap back now, a couple car lengths to our 5th place driver. That's Jacob Stefanski there in position number 5 with Dakota Proud there in 6. Dylan Simmons in the 2020 of Phillips Sexton rounding out our top 8 here on the Speedway. Mike says Phillips' car is a metallic flake olive green. Okay, I like it. I like the color. I like it right there, man. That is a pretty decent paint scheme, I think, right there for that 2020 ride of Phillips Sexton, looking fresh out there on the Speedway. And another fresh car right there behind him is the 618 Engraving and Designs, which is a Speed Shop 5.6 Graphics Peacemaker Racing Team. The Papa Mike Promotions ride there of Matt Taylor rolling in the 9th position. Ty or Bryce, if you guys are in the chat, tag Matt's name in here, his business name. Tag the 618 Engraving and Designs in the comment section. If anybody's in the market for some really nice hats or cupware or anything else, some customized things, make sure you guys get a hold of Matt Taylor over there at 618 Engraving and Designs here this evening. Is out in front, leading the way. Michael Olsen trying to hold on to this top spot while Hargraves down low trying to take it away. Hargraves peered down low there for just a little bit. Couldn't quite get the run that he wanted to, but man, oh man, oh man. This has been a lot of fun as Bryce says the show is top-notch, pure entertainment for the Pat McAfee Show. Listen, I don't know. I think this show is a lot better than the Pat McAfee Show right here. This is racing action, not football. But if this was football, it'd be way better than Pat McAfee. That's for certain. I'd be like a linebacker or something. Something big. I can hit hard. I don't feel pain. So maybe a linebacker or maybe like defense somewhere in there. I don't know what I would be, but definitely wouldn't be a fucking kicker like Pat McAfee. What a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I love Pat McAfee too. He's hilarious. He's awesome. As Bryce is a season ticket holder to Swift concerts. Oh my gosh. Bryce is a Swiftie as well. As out in front, Michael Olsen continuing to lead the way here in our season finale, our final race here of the Monday Night All-Stars here this evening. Now, what comes up next is going to be just as fun, man. We're going to see some pretty awesome things here in the future with the Monday Night All-Stars, but it's not going to be the Monday Night All-Stars. We're going to be into something a little bit different here with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, man. We're going to give you guys a good little peek here at what we're going to be doing in just a little bit. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very, very interesting to see, what it's all going to play out like, how it's going to run like, and everything else. It's going to be a ton of fun, man. So what we're going to be doing is something a little different here. I'm gonna get the logo onto the screen for everybody to see, and I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek into the next big thing that we're gonna be doing here on Peacemaker Gaming and with these Dirt Clash Super Street Series drivers and everybody else that joins in on the action here. Let me get this loaded in and give you guys a sneak peek at the next big thing coming for us here, Chad. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be absolutely insane. I think this is going to be pretty wild, honestly. I think it's going to be pretty wild, pretty badass to watch these drivers duke it out and battle it out here as give you a little sneak peek right here. So it's going to be the wheel spin, the Spin the Wheel series. It's going to get fired up here in hopefully a few more weeks from now. We may do a random Monday where we're going to put on a couple of races and kind of give everyone a look and perspective at what it's going to be. But basically, 15 minutes before every single one of our races, we are going to be spinning the wheels, not only for the cars, but also for the tracks. So nobody can really get practice or really know what we're racing until 15 minutes before the race actually happens. So that's going to really make things that much more interesting. You know, will we be in a mini stock? Will we be in a super late model? Will we be in, you know, maybe a dirt midget? Maybe we'll be in a 360 sprint car. We don't know until that wheel is spun moments before the race. So it's really going to make things that much more interesting, that much more intense for each and every one of these drivers, having to not only be good in one certain car, but have to kind of have your, you know, your skills toned up on each and every one of the rides here. So the wheel spin series is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be so much fun, and we can't wait to see all these drivers that are part of it to be out here on the racetrack duking it out and battling it out, and whatever that wheel gods give us, man. Whatever track it is, whatever car it is, we don't know until, you know, 15 minutes before the show gets underway. But right now, this show well underway already, getting towards that 20-lap marker already, a third of the way through this race. Michael Olson continues to lead the way. He's looking to be the reflection of perfection here this evening from Knoxville Raceway. But Hargraves right there in position number 2, looking to try to jump up and take that top spot away from him. Here comes Jim Revis as well. Revis starting to put the pressure on the 71H and that 9 ride here at the front of the field as Corey Sibley rolls there in position number 4. Jacob Stefanski back there in the 5th spot with Dakota Proud, Dylan Simmons, Philip Sexton, Matt Taylor, and Evan Stefanski are top 10 here on the Speedway. As there you see Jeremy Akins a little farther back there in 6th, Ryan Howard there in, Akins is in 11th, Howard there in 12th. Jacob Sexton back here in the 13th spot, and then you see that 8 rider Tyler Jackson, our possible champion here this evening of the Monday Night All-Star Season 6, as T-Jack rolling the inside groove, hasn't really started to push the subject, hasn't really started to lay down that gas pedal here in this race. I expected to see him start to really work himself through the field here, especially over the next 20, 30 laps, 40 laps. We're going to really see this 8 ride start to put down some great lap times and work himself closer and closer to the front of the field, as I know he wants to try to pick up another win here and lock himself in truly as our champion here on the Monday Night All-Stars. Getting that EOL going from the pole, from the penthouse to the outhouse here in this one. He's only been able to pick up about 5 spots on the speedway, so we'll have to wait and see if he's just been kind of laying back, saving time, or saving that equipment for late in this race to try to make that run to the front of the field. Let everyone else in front of them try to burn up their equipment, as right now it's some hard racing up towards the front of the field. The 9 rider Michael Olson leads the way, but all over his back bumper is that 71H of William Hargraves. Hargraves right there trying to figure out a way still to get around this 9 ride of Olson, as Jim Revis there in position number 3 looks down, low contact. Oh no, man, that was a close one right there, as the 71H of Hargraves almost went around Jim Revis, almost took him for a ride. Somehow or another, both drivers were able to keep their cars pointed in the right direction, and that opens up the door for Corey Sibley to jump into position number 2. So Sibley now into second as Hargraves and Revis both slide back here to that 3rd and 4th position. Jacob Stefanski right there on their back bumpers, and that gives our race leader Michael Olson a little bit of breathing room. Almost a second now between himself and the 9 ride of Corey Sibley, as Sibley rolls there in position number 2. And yo, Mama Bear coming in, setting it off with a 450 star donation, coming in, setting it off here in this one. 450 stars. Are you kidding me? Mama Bear coming in, showing the big love here in this one. Absolutely insane, Mama Bear. Almost the big D of the day, but right now, Anthony Garland 490 stars is the big donator here on the evening. Mama Bear jumps up into position number 2, though. And then my boy, Racing Jason Fontaine back there in position number 3 is the big piece of the day. And it's Jeremy Vaughn Racing coming in with the like on the stream. How are you, Jeremy? Jeremy coming in, dropping that thumbs up here on the broadcast. And, man, these guys putting on a heck of a show, heck of a race for us so far here in this one. Been a lot of back and forth and battling here all around the Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys have been enjoying the racing action, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button if you want to become more a part of the Peacemaker family here this evening. Hit that join button, become a brand new member over there on the YouTube channel, become a paid subscriber, a member here of the Peacemaker family over there on YouTube, or hit that subscribe button over on Facebook and Twitch and become part of an exclusive group here on the Peacemaker family, become part of the Peacemaker Sub Club here today. As out in front, Michael Olsen starting to see that race lead evaporate ever so slightly as Bryce Dickinson says hello to Jeremy Vaughn as Vaughn coming in showing the love here in this one, but that race lead cut in half now is simply trying to hunt down that number 9 rider Michael Olsen. Hargraves, Rambis, Stefanski all battling tough back here for position number 3 on the Speedway. Hargraves trying to stay in position number 3 as Jim Revis rolls down to his inside. That's how we saw them battling door to door. That number 71 almost went for a loop-de-loop somehow or another. Both drivers able to keep themselves pointed in the right direction and keep on rolling with no caution flags. Jacob Stefanski back here in position number 5 with Dakota Brown there in 6. Philip Saxon rolling there in 7th. Then we see Dylan Simmons, Matt Taylor there in 9th, and Tyler Jackson now up into the 10th position. So T-Jack starting to work himself inside the top 10 now on the Speedways, hunting down that 15 of Matt Taylor and the 33 of Dylan Simmons as Taylor and Simmons right there nose to tail. And here comes T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, and waiting patiently, biding his time, starting to make that move, finding the groove towards the front of the field. As we're just halfway in and a little halfway to go here in this one, actually just over halfway to go here in this race, halfway through this one, about 26 laps of racing action left here this evening. We're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your drivers one more time here in the Monday Night All-Stars for the final Crank It Up this season. Alrighty, some great racing action out there on the Speedway for our season finale and our final Peacemaker Gaming cranking up here of Season 6 of the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Monday Night All-Stars. Is a battle at the front of the field. It's a pair of 9s putting on a show here at the front of the field. Corey Sibley looking to try to jump up and take this race lead away from Michael Olson. Olson trying to hang on to it, trying to keep this car in position number 1 on the Speedway. Getting some big runs up there on the high side of the racetrack, but Corey Sibley down low, getting some good runs, some good grooves down low here in that Team CFM Esports number 9 ride on the bottom side of the Speedway. It's a pair of 9s battling here at the front. Hargrave sitting back here in position number 3 on the Speedway. He's right there ready to pounce if anything happens between our top 2 drivers here on the racetrack. But Olsen starting to stretch that lead back out here once again, opens up a little bit of an advantage down and out of corner number 4, but right again in 1 and 2. The 9 rider Corey Sibley tracks him back down, gets back to his rear bumper here. We'll wait and see if Corey Sibley decides to try to pull off a big slide jobber, finds the speed that he needs to be able to jump up and take this race lead away from Michael Olson here in this one. Olson down low ends up hitting the inside berm right there in corner number 1, and that's going to open up the door again for Corey Sibley through 1 and 2 to get right back to his rear bumper, trying to size him up, trying to line him up for a big run down here in corner number 3 and 4. The 9 of Sibley chooses the middle lane instead of trying to hug that inside groove, and Olson and Sibley door to door, this time down into corner number 1 in the slide job there, and a Corey Sibley with 7 laps left to go here this evening and here in the season. Only 7 more laps for these drivers to duke it out until we see our final checkered flag fly. As Corey Sibley out in front, now able to just barely jump up and take this race lead away from Michael Olson. Olson not done yet, gonna pay one back here in 1 and 2, slides up in front of the 9 ride. The 9 as Sibley getting that run, goes back down inside of the other 9 machine as a pair of 9s here at the front of the field duking it out. Right there behind them is this driver, the 71H, the Dirt Panda Malum Electric ride of William Hargraves. Hargraves in position number 3. He's watching these guys duke it out as they make a little contact down into corner number 1. They lean on each other up the racetrack and down through corner number 2. Hargraves right there ready to pounce, and look who's on his way to the front of the field. Now into position number 4 and looking for more. It's Tyler Jackson. From the rear of the field, he went from the penthouse to the outhouse to start this race. Was supposed to start on the pole, but after 3 straight feature wins, gets the EOL sent to the back of the pack here to start this race, and he's been slowly but surely working himself back up into contention. And you find T-Jack rolling there in position number 4 and looking for more as he's trying to hunt down our top 3 drivers. Unfortunately, quite a bit of a gap, about a second and almost 2 seconds now between himself and Hargraves out there on the Speedway, so his opportunities are starting to run out as Corey Sibley once again takes this race lead away from the 9 of Michael Olson. Olson trying to stay right there on his back bumper as we get closer and closer to our checkered flag. Down into corner number 3, nice and easy out of corner number 4. Olson simply 1 and 2 on the Speedway. A little bit of lap traffic is the 50 ride of Charles Davis right there in the mix. He's going to keep that car down low, allowing these drivers to get the runs up on the high side and work themselves around that 50 machine as the laps continue to click down the back straightaway into corner number 3. Nice and easy out of corner number 4. The battles of the 9s, it's not over yet, as this time down and across the start finish line we will see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Michael Olson or Corey Sibley to try to put themselves into victory lane. Sibley has the top spot, but Olson trying to get it back away from the 9 ride for the final time here this evening. And this season, the 9 rider Corey Sibley down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's going to be Corey Sibley who will pick up the checker flag here in our championship race of the Monday Night All-Stars, powered by Throttle Motorsports and the Dirt Clash Super Street Series here this evening. Corey Sibley able to find his way into victory lane after a hard-fought fight between himself and the other 9 ride of Michael Olson. As they duked it out here at the front of the field, Sibley able to get the upper hand and pull himself into the Knoxville Raceway victory lane here this evening. Michael Olson going to come home in second, and William Hargraves there in position number 3. As Tyler Jackson will come home in that 4th position. He will be our champion here of the Monday Night All-Stars this season. Season 6 champion Tyler Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for all these drivers, all these sponsors, man. Such an amazing season, such an amazing run by all these competitors. Give it up for Tyler Jackson, not only being able to pick up that championship, but give it up for, Corey Sibley, Michael Olson, and William Hargraves with their top 3 runs here in this championship race. As Packy Hargraves Clark says, nice run. William Hargraves, a great run there by Hargraves as Sibley's going to burn down the house here. We'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth. It's down the back straightaway. The Demolition Derby is going to get underway here. These drivers are going to duke it out here on the backstretch. We'll try to give you guys as many looks as possible here at these battles back here on the backstretch. As the Demolition Derby, a signature feature here for the Monday Night All-Stars post-race. They like to get their frustrations out, like to beat their frustrations out, and having some fun here on the backstretch. And joining them here in this one is our champion, Tyler Jackson. I think this is the first time we've seen T-Jack be a part of the Demolition Derbies here on the back straightaway. As this is one of the first times all this season that we really haven't seen the number 8 up on the front stretch and on that podium. So he's been able to join the fun, even though that's a championship car. He's going to have some fun back here with the rest of the competitors here in the Monday Night All-Stars and have a little bit of fun down here on the backstretch. As we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth, man. What a run and what a drive here all evening long by all of these competitors, man. That was a hell of a run, hell of a season. And we're going to give it up here for Corey Sibley picking up the win. So let's pull Sibley up here into the broadcast booth. Hey Corey, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you copy? Hey Corey, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Corey, brother, man, a great run, a great drive here for you in this one. A hard-fought battle in these late laps at Knoxville Raceway between you and the other 9 ride out there on the speedway. You and Michael Olson duking out here for multiple laps, and eventually you're able to get the upper hand on him, take that race lead away, and bring yourself here into victory lane for the final race of the season.
Yeah, I sent it out on a high note because ever since Lernerville, I've had a rough season. But no, that was fun. I'm glad I hope Michael feels the same way because I thought that was really hard racing, but I don't think it was mean or dirty by any means. I mean, we roped a couple times, but that's probably the most fun I've had in these cars in a bit.
No, absolutely nothing but good, hard, clean racing out there between you guys. A little bit of rubbing and scrubbing. That's what these cars are made for. Full-fendered racing and elbows up out there on the speedway. And, man, you guys were putting on a hell of a show for us, man. Right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag. We see guys battling right there, but we're getting a little bit nervous here late in the race. Maybe seeing a caution flag, knowing that Tyler Jackson was working himself up through the field, having those tires saved a little bit there on that 8 ride. Also having Hargraves, such a fierce competitor here at Knoxville Raceway, right there behind you guys, waiting for you guys to maybe make a mistake where he can try to make a move and make that a 3-car fight for the win here this evening.
Yeah, I feel like William was just kind of waiting for us to wipe each other out. I was kind of torn on the caution thing, though, because earlier in the race I was running 4th, and I'm like, man, it'd be nice. I know the track would kind of reset and widen out a little, but I think once I got 2nd, then I just kind of got lucky with William and Jim bumping into each other and me getting around them. I was just doing my best to be fast and make time while also trying to save tires, which sounds counterintuitive. But no, my whole focus was beating Jacob Stefanski. I know with the drop races coming into this week, we were 2 points apart. So, I literally did everything I could in this race.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not sure what the official standings will look like here after the back-to-back races here tonight, man. But all season long, you put on a heck of a show, a heck of a series, man. A lot of good races, a lot of tough races for you. But be able to finish it off here up in victory lane, and knowing that you maybe potentially were able to jump up and take, that second spot in the point standings away from Jacob Stefanski here this evening.
Yeah, it's nice. I've been beating myself up, honestly. I mean, going into Lernerville, I believe I was in the points lead. So to drop this far, I mean, Tyler's a hell of a driver. Nothing against him, but man, I was sitting here expecting me and him just to duke it out because I had 4 podiums in a row, had a win in there, and then since Lernerville, not including this race, I've had 1 podium. So I've just been
Yeah,
kind of sweating it out. I mean,
bit of a rough stretch right there.
yeah, so I know it's a game, so to speak, but at the same time, we're racing for real money, and that spins the same regardless how you get it. So,
Absolutely, brother. It doesn't matter if it's pennies or $100 bills. It all spends the same. And after having such a decent start to the beginning of the season, and some of the other drivers struggling there, like Hargraves, like Jacob Stefanski, really opened up the door there for you. And being able to be tight in points with Tyler Jackson, and then, as you said, having that little bit of a rough stretch, not getting those podium finishes, and watching T-Jack over the last 3 races getting wins here really to help try to stretch out his points lead here. And obviously T-Jack picking up the championship here this evening after a great run and a great season there by him, really not making too many mistakes out there. And even tonight being able to, in the second race, the championship race, go from the rear of the field and bring it home in position number 4 with 0 cautions out there on the racetrack is just a testament to how good he was here all season long.
oh yeah, he was killer. I mean, yeah, you can't fault the guy. He did awesome. He's got an EOL because he won too many races in a row. I wish I had that problem.
Yeah, I think that's a problem that all these drivers wish they had, but unfortunately, only so many people can find their way into victory lane, and we're happy to see you be able to pick up another one here in the Monday Night All-Stars here to finish off the season, Corey, as you park yourself up here in the Knoxville Raceway victory lane. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here to finish off the season?
Um, First and foremost, I gotta thank my wife. I mean, she puts up with this, and I don't know, she always thinks it makes sense for me to do this every week because there's some nights I kind of go to bed a little upset, but she supports me and she thinks it's great. Bowman Designs, he makes killer wraps. Like I always say, it adds 10 extra horsepower, so you got to go scoop you up one of those. CFM Esports, Dirty Rhino Welding. My grandpa, he's not in business. He's 90 years old, but I still think his body shop, he's the one who got me into racing. So Stoner's Body Shop, Bill's Built Race Cars, Dustin and all of them for putting on this league. I mean, it's impressive what they've done for dirt street stocks. Or they were supposed to be kind of the black sheep of the iRacing community, and yet I think this is probably the most impressive person in any series, regardless of class. And then you for putting it on. I think you do a killer broadcast, man, and I hope I can find a couple other leagues that you're broadcasting because it's always enjoying.
Absolutely, brother. Well, hopefully more and more crazy broadcasts to come here on Peacemaker Gaming. Hopefully some more dirt ones kicking up here during the winter season, and more opportunities for you to be in here, be a part of the shows, and more trips up here into the Peacemaker broadcast booth after some great races. As Corey, a great season, a great run here for you tonight in this one. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the point standings, and I'm not sure how it's going to play out for you, whether it's still second or third or what you may end up in, but congratulations on another great season here with the Monday Night All-Stars, man. We can't wait to see you, in action, whether it's the Friday Night Light series or back in here for Season 7 of the Monday Night All-Stars, or that Spin Wheel series that's going to get kicked up next.
Yep. You cut out.
Oh, did I? Yeah, just hopefully, we get you in here and see you in for either the next season or for that Spin Wheel series that's coming up next here with the DCSSS.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get a good sorry, got distracted. Hope we get a good car count. I think that Spin the Wheel series could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. A good car count and a lot of fun, man, and really keep drivers on their tippy toes and really having to work on their craft with not just one car, but all the cars out there to make sure that they are primed and ready for, anything that could be thrown at them. Because, one night could be, super late models at Kokomo, and the next race could be dirt midgets at Eldora or something. You never know what could come at you. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope to see you out there for all those races, and hope to see you back up here in the booth and in victory lane more times in that series as well.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the great win here at Knoxville Raceway. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for our race winner, Corey Sibley. Sibley picks up the win, pulls that number 9 right up here into victory lane, as we'll get ready to pull our other 9 ride, the 09 ride. That is Michael Olson, who comes home in position number 2. We're going to pull Michael up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Michael, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Taking a copy.
Oh, I'm right here, Aaron.
Michael, man, a great run and a great race here for you tonight in this one, man. Take us back through it. Take us back through that battle between you and Corey Sibley for so many laps. You two are just kind of right there, either nose to tail together or door to door, elbows up, racing and battling here for the win at Knoxville Raceway to finish off this great season.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a race to watch those last 8 laps or so, I bet. Just spent the first 45, 48 of it just saving my stuff, and I knew that if I could just keep a solid pace going and keep them behind me, and especially if the top stayed there, that unless they're gonna slide you, they're not gonna pass you. And I made a couple mistakes and let them get closer than I wanted to, and then we battled for a couple laps, and I found the top again, and I kind of drove off, and there were 7, 8 to go or so. I guess you could say I stepped on it harder than anybody's ever stepped on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just those couple little mistakes, having Corey kind of reel you back in and opening up that door for him there. He was going to take advantage of it and was able to jump up here and take this win away from you as you were looking to, drive off into the sunset, be the reflection of perfection here this evening. Just those couple mistakes unfortunately hurt you and took you out of the victory lane here this evening, but you're going to be pretty happy with how this season's kind of went for you, how the ending of this season definitely went for you here at Knoxville. Going home in second, keeping so many great drivers back there behind you, like Hargraves, like Tyler Jackson and Jim Revis, and all those other tough competitors that were right there knocking on your back bumper for a lot of these laps.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, there's 18 of the best dirt street stock drivers in the game in this league, so it's always good to end up on the podium. But I don't want to take anything away from T-Jack. If he wouldn't have got the EOL for winning the last 3 features in a row, he probably would have whooped our ass here too. So, you got to give the shout out to him. He had quite possibly the most impressive season that anybody's ever going to see. I think the guy won 6 or 7 out of 12 races, and I mean he might have finished out of the off the podium twice, and that's pretty crazy. So congrats to him, and congrats to Corey on the win tonight. I owe him one from a few weeks ago, and I thought about being a little bit pushy with it, but I was like, it's just not worth it. Let's just finish this year out in second and head off to the Little Havana, as some people call my car.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to finish off the season with a little bit different fireworks here tonight, and taking that, maybe giving one back in the next series or something. You'll get your opportunity, I'm sure. But Michael, man, a great run and a great race here all evening long, and a great race and great season here for you in that 9 machine. Who would you like to thank for such a wonderful season here in the Monday Night All-Stars?
I'm gonna start off with my boy Taylor over at Tommy Gun Customs. He builds some of the most badass looking cars that you could ever put into a video game simulator, whatever the heck you want to call it. I mean, I've had multiple cars made by him that have been nominated for best appearing car in this league. The guy's second to none. If you're not afraid to spend that extra $10 to bump up from the middle class and go with Tommy Gun, do it because you will never turn back. The guy is phenomenal. Second, got to thank a couple of my real life sponsors here: Dolly Logistics, Toby K's Hideaway, G-Force Race Cars, Swindell Speed Lab, um, Thierry's Race Engines. Then got to thank, of course, can never forget about thanking you. You know, you do one hell of a job putting these broadcasts on. You just sat here and dealt with us for almost 4 hours running these old antique farm equipment around a track. So, you know, hats off to you. You do a hell of a job. And I'm always looking for different races or leagues or whatever it may be that you broadcast, because it's all about just hearing you say my name and that 9 ride. It really gets the blood pumping. So, you know, thank you to you. Hats off to Dustin and, you know, the entire league. It was a long season, a lot of struggles throughout the year mixed in. So, you know, he gets a lot of grief from a lot of people, but yeah, I mean, overall they do a good job with it.
Absolutely, man. A great series, a great group of drivers out there each and every one of these weeks. And Michael, congratulations again on a great season and a great run here tonight, finishing it off in position number 9 in that 9, or in position number 2 in that 9 ride. As you got my mind going to it now, and man, we can't wait to see you back in action, whether it's season 7 of the Monday Night All Stars or being a part of the Spin the Wheel series that Dustin's getting going here for the Mondays, and kind of mixing things up, making things a little bit more interesting, and hopefully we'll see you being a part of that and showing up and trying your hand at whatever car or track or anything else that we end up landing on there for that night.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks again. Uh, Hope you have a good rest of your night and rest of your week with the 1,000,007 broadcasts you do.
Absolutely, brother. Definitely keep me busy up here in the booth, but I'm always down to be a little bit busier.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Aaron.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher here this evening. The 9 ride of Michael Olson coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for Michael here this evening, and to finish off the season there on the podium in position number 2. Never a bad way to finish it off, as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the 71 H.O. William Hargraves. We'll pull Hargraves up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Will, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Hey, Aaron, I got you, man.
Well, brother, another good run, another good race here for you at Knoxville Raceway. But come home in position number 3. You're right there on the back bumper of our race leaders as they are duking it out there at the front of the field, man. What did you need a little extra of here this evening to get that 71H ride back up into Knoxville Raceway victory lane?
Tell you, more than anything right now, I need a computer guy to fix my equipment for me. This stuff is driving me crazy. It's terrible. It's so hard to race. It's incredible I even finished where I did, honestly, with the way I was stuttering and lagging and bars flashing at me. I don't understand. I can't fix it.
Yeah, that's definitely a good question there. I'm sure you know who Kyle Seabrad is, right?
Yes.
I would message Kyle. Kyle's kind of like that computer whiz guy that if you're having issues like that, I'd shoot him a message. He could probably help you out.
Perfect. I appreciate the help there. But no, yeah, it's a good race for sure. I had a lot of fun, and definitely congrats to Corey and Michael there. They had a hell of a battle at the end.
Yeah, as they were battling door to door and exchanging some contact and a couple slide jumps and stuff there, did you want to try to throw that ride in there to try to make it a 3-car fight for the lead, or were you pretty content with running in third and not creating any different fireworks other than our season finale fireworks after the checkered flag?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you always want to be able to get up in the mix and get up in there, but last race of the season, you got to think points as well. Is it worth getting wrecked either? But I didn't have anything for them unless they was to tangle a little bit or something. And then on the last lap or so there, that lap car, he did absolutely nothing wrong. He just running his line. But for me I just felt better on the bottom, and he was there, and it is what it is. I mean, like I said, he didn't do anything wrong. It's just one of those racing deals. So I mean, it is what it is. It was definitely going to take them two to get together or something for me to have a chance there at the end for sure.
Absolutely. Now talk about the points as well and having another good run like you did here this evening. How's it looking for you? I know you came into this evening being scored as the third driver in the point standings, but with the drop weeks and everything else, how are you feeling going in here and finishing off this season with the third place run? Do you think you're going to be able to hang on to that third spot here in the point standings, or maybe falling back a spot or jumping up a spot over Stefanski, or how are you feeling with the points?
No, I was hoping to just finish third. Honestly, we'll see how it plays out, but I don't know if they were gonna pass me with a drop week or not. But it's something that I leave up to the admins and Dustin and all them guys to figure out. And I just show up to race. So I guess we'll see what Dustin pays me at the end of the deal.
Absolutely, brother. That's all you can do. But, man, Will, a great run here tonight and a great season here. Got off to a pretty rough start, but you were able to bounce back over the last few weeks, get some good runs, some good finishes in for that Malum Electric 71H ride, man. Who would you like to thank for such a good drive, not only here tonight, but all season long?
Yeah, I'm gonna start off, Aaron, by thanking you for doing a kick-ass broadcast as always, and rooting for us all the time, and just doing what it takes to make it as good as it is. I also got to thank Dustin and all the Throttle Down guys for their time, dedication, hard work, and commitment to make this all happen. They deal with a lot of stuff, a lot of chaos, a lot of video watching, a lot of what you name it. They spend hours dealing with it, running the league, and my hat's off to them guys because it takes a lot to do that, and not very many people can. So thanks to those guys. I got to thank all my Dirt Panda Racing teammates, Malum Electric, Motorsales.com, Viv's Retail Liquor, and Viv for always being a big supporter. My parents for supporting me and watching me, and KC Speedworks when we do open setup stuff, and then Wild Bill's Race Designs.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Will, a great season and a great run here for you tonight to finish things off. Now, how you feeling going into, either a couple months away for Season 7 of the Monday Night All-Stars, or you're going to be a part of that Spin the Wheel series as well here with the DCSSS?
Yeah, I haven't signed up yet, but I plan to sign up for the Spin the Wheel series. I like to jump in different cars and drive different things, so I think that'd be a lot of fun for a lot of us, and we'll see what happens there for sure. But yeah, I gotta thank or I gotta congratulate Tyler on his championship. The man's on a different level right now, and definitely got something figured out and things working in his favor. So congrats to him.
Yeah, definitely got something figured out here after winning something like 7 out of 12 races or something this season, and I think only finishing outside the podium once or twice maybe here in those 12 races, man. So he's been on fire. He's been doing a great job, and after winning 3 races in a row, getting that EOL here at Knoxville, I mean, I might have been a completely different top 3 if he was able to start there from that pole position. But man, T-Jack has definitely been on a roll, and coming home with that championship is a big win, another big momentum booster there for the 8 ride.
Yeah, for sure. Geez, even if we had one caution there in Knoxville, I think he would have been back on the podium. He'd have blew my doors off.
Yeah, he was coming in a quick hurry there at the end. He was saving his equipment, saving his stuff, hoping for that caution flag late in this race.
For sure, for sure. Nope, good racing. Thank you to everybody, and thanks to all the racers. And it's been a fun season, and I'll be looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely will. We'll look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack. Congratulations here this evening, picking up that third place finish to finish off the season, and we can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack.
Thanks, Aaron.
Absolutely enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, you as well, man. Later, dude.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, giving up there for our third place finisher here at Knoxville Raceway, the 71H ride of William Hargraves. Hargraves coming home there in position number 3, as that will bring us to a close here in this one. I don't know if T-Jack was hopping in here for a championship talk or not. He hasn't jumped into the Discord. We'll see him chit-chat, but I don't see him hopping in here. So I'm not 100% sure on if the points are 100% set in stone yet. So I don't want to really do anything crazy or bring anything up. But, man, it was a lot of fun. A great time and a great show here. And let's see if we can pull Dustin up here real quick. Our race admin, our race control, the man with the plan, the master man, Dustin Benton up here into the booth for any shadow setting of our sponsors or anything else. Let's pull him up here. Hey Dustin, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth, brother. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Dustin, brother, knowing it's the championship race, the final race here of the season, wasn't sure if you want to hop in here and say anything for the drivers or the fans or any of the sponsors here this evening. So we'll set the stage for you to give some shout-outs or anything right now.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the drivers for coming out. It was a pretty good season overall for the most part. We had some up and downs, but that's part of racing. Got to thank all the sponsors that signed up to help us out and be able to put this show on, and took a lot of guys. Thanks to all the guys on Throttle Motorsports for helping put it on also. Of course, thanks to you, Aaron, for being the best in the business and always being there for us and always putting on a great broadcast. Always fun to go back and watch and enjoy. I swear I can't even watch none of these other guys' broadcasts anymore. It just lulls me to sleep.
Well, that's exactly what we like to hear, brother. We want to be the above and beyond in the best in the business here on Peacemaker Gaming, man. And being a part of the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, the Monday Night All-Stars, the Friday Night Lights, man. It's always easy to be the best in the best. Watching you guys out there on the racetrack, man, week after week, putting on some great shows, some great races, and being able to enjoy all the action here in the series. And now with the series coming to an end, I know we got the Spin the Wheel series coming up. We talked about that a little bit in the broadcast earlier. We threw the logo up on the screen, give a little surprise to some of the fans in the stands or anybody else that was watching to be able to, get a little sneak peek at what's next here for the DCSSS and our little break here between the Monday Night All-Stars and an opportunity for people to try to hop in and become part of the show themselves.
Yeah, the Spin the Wheel series will definitely be next. Maybe not next Monday, but the next. Me and you need to get together and see if we can't do a
Trial
couple
run.
practice races and let everybody see how it's going to work. But if there's anybody out there that's interested in running, we got 2 wheels set up, and I'll be going live in Discord, and Aaron can share it if he's already live. But in the drivers' meeting, 15 minutes before the server goes up, we'll spin 2 wheels, one for the track, one for the car. On the cars, we have UMP, Dirt Street Stocks, Pro Late models, 358s, midgets, winged micros, 360s, and mini stocks. So we'll choose from those cars, and then on the other one for the tracks, we got Charlotte, I-55, USA, Lucas Oil, Williams Grove, Fairbury, Limaland, Lernerville, Cedar Lake, Volusia, Lincoln, Knoxville. So we'll spin both of those wheels 15 minutes before the race goes up and determine which car and which track each week. So nobody can practice. Nobody's got time for anything besides jump in and race. So it ought to be a game changer, and ought to be a lot of fun. It's only $10 to join right now before the season starts, but once we get started, it'll be doubled to $20, just like we did for Friday Night Lights. So get in before you have to pay double. And I'm just going to run through these sponsors real quick that helped us out with Monday Night All-Stars. We'd like to give a shout out to Regal Wrapz and Designs, Sexton Racing, DB34 Driving School, South-Dak Custom Graphics. I hope I'm saying that right. Geezer Motorsports, Stevens Lawn Care, and WB Creative Designs. WB's always supported us ever since we came back. He's been a sponsor each and every season. Appreciate him a lot. And appreciate everybody that has been a part of it. And we look to have many more to come.
Absolutely, brother. Looking forward to more and more crazy racing action with you guys, man. Can't wait to see you guys back in action here in maybe next Monday we'll throw a couple of those random Monday races, a couple of practice races for the Spin the Wheel series, and get that kind of rolling, get some more people signed up and in there for the series to get those car counts up for you, and then putting on some shows for all these fans in the stands and everyone to be able to tune in and watch it and enjoy these drivers and all the competitors battling out there on the speedway. But Dustin, another great season, another great year, and I can't thank you for having me up here in the broadcast booth and being a part of the show here once again with the Monday Night All-Stars and the Dirt Clash Super Street Series.
Yeah, I wish we could. I appreciate you saying the kind words, Aaron, and appreciate everything you do for sure. The way iRacing's done stuff, it's made it more complicated. So I can't just go into iRacing and adjust the points. So we're having to do it manually. So we can't actually tell you who the top 3 or 10, whatever is in points. So once the points is updated, we'll post everything. But usually, I know I have you pull the top 5 or whatever in points in the booth, but we don't know the points for sure. So that's hard to do. But yeah, we'll roll on into the Spin the Wheel and hope a bunch more people sign up, like you said.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we can't wait and can't wait to see you guys back out there on the racetrack. Obviously, we'll see you guys out there for the Friday Night Lights series here, and we can't wait to see you guys back in action though on Mondays and see that Spin the Wheel series really, swing into things, getting a lot of drivers in there, have some fun here on Monday afternoons, and see some crazy racing for different tracks, different cars. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a good time, and hopefully we get a lot of drivers signed up for it to really put on a great show for all the fans in the stands.
Oh yeah, that's always the plan and always the goal. Hopefully we'll get 30 or so guys signed up and put on a good broadcast and just something different and be unique. I don't think it's ever been done before. So we'll be the first ones, and you'll probably see it all over the place after that.
Yeah, probably, more than likely. But anyways, Dustin, man, a great run and great season here with the Monday Night All-Star Season 6 coming to a close, man. And we'll talk to you later, and can't wait to see the Spin the Wheel series get fired up, and then Season 7 of Monday Night All-Stars as well here in a little while from now.
Yes, sir. Enjoy your little break, and catch you on the flip side.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Dustin Benton, the man with the plan, the master man. He's one of the guys that makes this all happen, make this all work. He's the guy who started the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. Now him and the admin crew, they're the ones that do all the magic behind the scenes to make all this racing happen here each and every one of these nights. But listen, I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, all the fans in the stands coming in, showing the love here throughout the evening. If you haven't already, it's not too late. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow or subscribe button. 3 things to do, absolutely free to do, and absolutely helps us out a ton here on Peacemaker Gaming. But make sure you guys turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. And we'll catch you guys all back here tomorrow night when the HCK Beagles Truck Series gets back into action tomorrow evening as well. So we'll be back live here around 8:30 tomorrow afternoon for some more racing action and some more fun here on Peacemaker Gaming. And we look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys back in here and in the comment section, in the broadcast booth, or up here in the grandstands on Peacemaker Gaming. And can't wait to see you guys showing the love once again. But thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out for now, babe. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust, life on edge, unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortunes laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline gas, fuel the fight. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't